a Zappo.
Do I scream yet?
You may.
Hold on, I'll test the water. How's that?
You did it.
It doesn't work.
Good work.
Yay! Can't handle it.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Ba 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 da ba 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 da 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 da. Me.
Tequila.
There's no escape from the lodge.
The lodge.
The lodge. Zoom in, zoom out.
Toot 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 toot. Woo!
Indeed. And welcome back to another exciting episode of Gateway, everybody. Our first episode back on our new schedule. That's right. Gateway is...
schedule.
Yep, that's right. Gateway is now back to its weekly schedule until it is finished.
Yeah,
Best
500
show
years.
on-
500 years Gateway.
It's true.
Yeah, best show on Saturdays.
500 years just got shortened to 250.
Well, it used to be 1,000. That's why I already shortened it to 5.
Well, there you go.
Gotta keep
There
up.
you
Gotta
go.
keep up.
It's true.
125. Oh God, what's happening? Entropy.
Same.
Big same.
Indeed. This episode is gonna be pretty cool, I think.
Well, we're starting off with a talking deathclaw, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's going places.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was voiced by Bobcat Goldthwait?
Apex!
I know you from a place.
He sounds like he's in constant pain.
That's why I love him.
That's a voice he puts on, too. Have you ever heard him talk normal? He just sounds like an average guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's really funny that you say he sounds like he's in constant pain, because that's why my mom liked listening to him.
Because she thought he was in pain?
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ!
My mom's fucking funny, dude. My mom was fucking great.
Mrs. Fringe's mom, what the freak?
I like him.
no,
He
that's
sounds
not
like he's in agony.
Oh no, that's not the worst thing she's ever said to me. She said one
I
thing.
don't
to me,
doubt
was
it.
Maybe spit out my spaghetti. No, it was about Game of Thrones. It was fucking hilarious.
Incredible stuff. Well, before we get to tonight's shenanigans, let's go around the horn and introduce our players, starting with my very good friend Fringe Type.
Well, thank you, my very good friend Conwar. Hi, everybody. My name's Fringe. I'm a writer and a voice actor, and you can find me on twitch.tv/FringeType. I stream throughout the week, mostly Monday through Friday, and I play, and I go ahead and play retro games, horror games, and RPGs. I play horror games on Thursday with Sarah, horror adjacent. Probably going to be playing Look Up Game real fast. I'm going to be playing Elisa next Thursday with Sarah. That's going to be really funny. I also been playing Claire Obscure. We're going to beat that. And we're gearing up for a big donathon coming up very soon called Fringe Fest, where I have a crossbow with combo attacks. And I'm going to be playing a crapload of Souls games. I made a bunch of stretch goals for it. We're going to go ahead and start with 2023 Lords of the Fallen. I'm going to go ahead and beat that game 4 times with a crossbow build, which is a more unique version to play that game with. So we're going to go ahead and go through all 3 endings, and then the 3rd ending is going to be New Game 3, and we're going to turn on every modifier that will possibly kill me. And that's going to be fun. And other stretch goals will be games such as the Elden Ring Revenge Stream, where I'm just going to go ahead and be Mike Tyson and punch everyone to death. The first Berserker Kazan, because that game's hard, and I feel that would be fun for you guys to see me scream at that game. Lies of P again. Also a sci-fi Souls game called what is it called? What's it called? Hellpoint? Yeah, it was called Hellpoint. I'm playing a sci-fi Souls game, Hellpoint. Various stretch goals based on your donations, and if people are going to love seeing me just struggle through all of these games. Or maybe melt these games. I'm not really sure. I might be better at Souls games than I thought I was. I think the truest thing of just making me hard at video games would be like, hey, play C Block on Factorio. That might be the real filter for me. Yeah, you can go ahead and see that and many more shenanigans. I'm a storyteller. I love telling dumb stories on the internet, so you can go ahead and see me at twitch.tv/fringetype. And so we were talking about my mom stories. My mom's story, my best one I can remember about my mom, was Game of Thrones, because me and her had a thing where we'd watch we'd watch horror and fantasy shows together. And then, like, we'd have dinner and we'd talk about them. And so we caught the last episode of Game of Thrones, and I was a little bummed about it. And my mom was like, "You didn't like it?" And I was just like, well, it's just weird because, like, out of nowhere, Bran is the one who got the throne, and my mom was like, "That's not a bad thing." And I'm like, "Why isn't it a bad thing?" And my mom was just like, "It's like he's gonna run away." And I spat out my spaghetti.
You just had the same
Outstanding.
response that Phil did. It's just like, are you okay? Yeah. How was it?
No, that same day it was great because I could see my mom's soul melt because we watched the new Lost in Space and my mom was like, "What the fuck is this?" Anyway, that's me. Twitch.tv/fringetype.
Excellent. Up next, we've got Lanny Pator.
Found me all over the internet at Lanny Pator. Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. If you like more tabletop shenanigans, check out youtube.com/talesunwritten because we got a new season coming out soon. You can catch up on the first season if you've missed out on that. And right now on Twitch, I'm currently running through Doom: The Dark Ages, which has been a lot of fun so far. Tune in. I'll be playing some more tomorrow evening. That's me.
Alrighty. And up next, we have Sarah. Where can they find you and what are you up to?
I'm Blue Sky on YouTube and the other place at Sarah with an H and with an E Willia. I mean, not the other place. I don't. It's been a year since I posted there. Yeah, just stuff I can't talk about, and so mostly just doing stuff with Fringe on Thursdays and this on Saturdays. I'll be at Animazement next weekend, so you know. But things will continue as usual because I have time to do stuff, and I planned it that way. So if you're there, come say hi.
Say hello. It's mandatory.
And next, we have Xanalis Grim.
Hi, you can find me over on Blue Sky at Xanos Grim. You can also catch me tomorrow, twitch.tv/burnoutbond, 2 p.m. PST for some more Those Who Wander. Monday, twitch.tv/Xanalis Grim at 7 p.m. PST for some more Stalwart Souls. Twitch.tv/Distortion Devil at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. Not sure what start time. Probably 1 p.m. PST for some more Vecna Eve of Ruin. And then twitch.tv/Monteglue at 7 p.m. for more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And then back here next week.
Yeah.
That's a lot of RPG.
Hell yeah.
It's true. And they can find me at Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, Blue Sky at Distortion Devil, Instagram at Connor McKinley VA, even though I don't post there ever. You can also find all my TTRPG content over at youtube.com/devilsanddicerolls and patreon.com/devilsanddicerolls. We recently uploaded session 0 of our new campaign, speaking of a lot of RPGs, Cazador's Guide to the Cosmos, which involves myself, Therapot Art, Xanalis Grim, and Tix Dixel, being run through the actual forgotten part of the Forgotten Realms. Yes. So look forward to more of that.
Question. With the name Cazador, is this at all tied in with Gobtober?
It is, as a matter of fact.
Ooh.
That is the very same Cazador. My character from an Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign, I'm putting the boots back on, so to speak.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Shrike looks up to that guy much more than I think he should.
If you're interested in the continued adventures of Cazador and company,
Also,
check it out.
If you like Theros characters, this is probably one of, if not my favorite, character Theros made. So,
yeah. And of course, DM'd by our wonderful friend, Amusing Thalia. Yes. And that's about it for me. This episode of Gateway was brought to you in part by Die Hard Dice.
Did it cut out again?
It sure did.
everything but dice cut out.
Ice!
It's like you kicked open a. It's like you kicked open a door and just yelled ice, and I'm like, oh man, I'm dealing.
Me when I open the
Dude,
freezer.
that's so much. Oh, but dude, that's so much better.
Son of a bitch!
All right. Well, don't mind me just going into the voice and video so you start to figure out how to turn that off forever.
Well, you can get your ice over at dieharddice.com. If you use the code Unexpectables, you can save 10%. As well, check out our merch store. We've got all sorts of fantastic designs that can be any number of different piece of merchandise.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, we got so many cool things over at the merch store. You got a Gateway shirt there now too.
Yeah, we got a Gateway design, the comic book cover.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gateway.
I think you'll really like it. You'll point at Alvin and be like, "This is Alvin. He's voiced by an Ohioan," and they'll be like, "Wow, I didn't know I didn't know they did voices." And it's like, "Yeah."
Oh, hey, Die Hard Dice. Do ice style dice. Free idea.
Ice dice.
Ice dice. There you go.
Ice dice, twice as nice.
Exactly, but you got
Excellent.
the idea from me, so I want all the money off of it. I want at least one small little boathouse. Not even a yacht, just a little boathouse.
It's too small to even put
No
the yacht
boat,
in,
just the
you know?
house.
I just want a small. I just want a small country. That's it.
A little canoe.
Yeah, you know
maybe.
what? Fuck the boat. I just want a house floating on the water like Illusion of Gaia. That's what I want. That's what I want. I just want my little floating wizard house.
You know what I want?
House floating castle. Let's get on that.
What do you want?
I want to thank all of our wonderful viewers for keeping this show and all of our shows here on the Unexpectables rolling with their wonderful donations.
Oh, okay.
Including, but not limited to, Laney Pator, thank you for the raid with a party of 73.
You're welcome. That was a while ago. They probably aren't here anymore.
Zenlita, thank you for the 59 months tequila. Captain of the VOD Squad, thank you for the 2 years of subbing. Oh my goodness.
Orb.
The Talbs, thank you for the 62 months. Gateway, the longest running show on the Unexpectables. That's not true. It's the longest running show currently on... Wait, no, that's not true either.
The longest running show on Saturdays on the Unexpectables.
It's true.
Oh, no, it's entirely true. It's a 129% true. And
I
if
think
you
that's
say
been true
anything
for a
otherwise,
little
I will
bit,
deny
though.
it up and down.
Mr. Crispy, thank you for the 36 bits. Finally, the one tabletop show that can't end at 12 or 13. It's true.
How about 14? Does that do anything for you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I just want to make sure.
Lord Archive, thank you for the 37 months. Captain of the VOD Squad, thank you for the bit. Mimsy, my cat, and I came to say hello. I hope you all have a great session, and I'll see you in the VOD.
Woo. Hi, Mimsy.
Hi, Mimsy. Bye,
Hi,
Mimsy.
Mimsy.
Thornton 6000, thank you for the 6,000, or for the 50 bits, rather. Sorry, I read the name again.
That's alright.
It's because I just realized it's Thortron, not Thornton.
I got Lex Dixia too.
There you go. Gaijin Goomba, thank you for the raid with a party of 83. Horror. Tribalborn, thank you for the 70 months. Yeah, more runaways. Black Wolf Sasuke, thank you for the 7 months. I almost autocorrected that to Blackfoot Ferret. Papoose Monkey.
You're right there, Connor?
I'm not sure.
Are any of
Papoose-
us okay?
No,
I hope so.
none of us are. But soon.
Oh, fuck.
Our brains are like 2% plastic.
Yeah, I feel it in there, rattling around.
My whole spoon.
I will use all the microplastics in my body to form a small knife.
Oh, dude, that's what Krill says in fucking One Crab's Treasure. He goes, and just shoots a whole knife out of his body.
Papoose
You
Monkey,
should
thank
play
you for
that
the
game. It's okay.
47 months. Is it time for another installment of the longest running program on the Unexpectables network tube? On Saturdays. Yes.
Yes. On every day of the week.
It's true. Bull Honkinator, thank you for the 2,000 bits. There ain't enough bits in here. Gateway, 1,000 years. Roto Ryu, thank you for the 54 months of Prime subbage. And Solar Misfit, thank you for the 34 months. Follows Chalk truly has no idea what he's in for, especially when Apex asks him about physics, and his only response is, "What?"
What?
Alright. Well, with that, I hope you're all ready to strap in for tonight's episode of Gateway.
Fuck, I don't have a seatbelt. Laney, can I borrow one?
I should get one for my
I only
computer
have
chair.
3, but I guess.
Thank you. All right, Connor, I'm strapped in.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm knuckled down. I'm knuckled down.
Doing this analog.
Joke's on you.
Oh my god, I
Don't
forgot
wear
to
it.
get on roll 20. Ah.
If you
That
don't
might be
wear
important.
a seatbelt, your body can get more immune to crashes.
It's true.
Build my immunity to
Dummy
gravity.
moron. Don't want to die in your car, idiot.
Stupid sheep.
Yeah, but if you do wear your seatbelts, you increase your chances of getting a sick-ass scar.
Oh, dude, sick ass scars.
Hell yeah.
I didn't think about that.
It's
I
true.
look like a tiger. A scarred tiger.
Yes, a tiger whose one stripe is across his chest.
Exactly.
So fucking cool.
It's so
You
cool.
You
get
don't even know Connor.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I do. I'm
I'm
aware.
a tiger with horrible health car insurance rates.
Otho
No, that's
Valentinius
no, that's Carfax. That's Carfax.
says, earn your stripes, wear your seatbelt.
Yeah, he says follow your nose or something.
Straight.
Great segue, voice guy.
When last we left the runaways, Apex the Wildman, Theo the combat medic, Louise the Scavenger, and Alvin the Mechanic, they'd been signaled down by a man taking shelter inside of an old museum near Cahokia Mounds. The man appeared to be a tribal who introduced himself as follows Chalk. He led them to a town called Collinsville, where they found scared townsfolk shuttering their doors and windows. After a brief conversation, Follows Chalk managed to convince the townspeople, as well as a super mutant, to come and meet them. This super mutant pointed them in Johann's direction, and the group set off after resupplying. However, in the dead of night, as they drove through a dead forest, they encountered an Alpha Deathclaw, who began to speak. What wildness does this bit of the wasteland hide? Find out on tonight's episode of Gateway. Here. OBS. There we go. And this large, incredibly so, reptile, one that you realize now that you've seen before, looms over you. The scantest hint of illumination from the headlights reflecting off of its pupils. I know you.
As it speaks, Apex's stiff but stern demeanor kind of like shifts a little bit. Like he's still very much on his guard and ready to lunge. But the shock of that kind of like, the shock of it speaking kind of like shakes the fear out of him. You can talk.
You see its nostrils flare. Yes.
Apex does not break eye contact and just kind of like slowly starts like crouching and kind of like circling a little bit. How?
Don't know. Net. Green. Like this. And he sort of sidesteps, and you see now, lying in a heap behind him, a large figure.
Very good at playing the piano.
Good.
No, that's a smaller deathclaw. That's a virtuoso deathclaw. They don't come up a lot in the lore.
Is the figure itself just a crumpled super mutant?
His large shadow is no longer obscuring it, you can see quite clearly, a trickle of red blood from underneath this. Quite clearly, you see now a corpse of a super mutant slashed through the throat.
How big would I say the super mutant is compared to the, was it an overlord I killed at that place that Johann transformed?
It was an overlord, yes. Smaller than that, but still quite large.
Gotcha. I've killed bigger.
A very big one. This one told me.
I've seen that one too.
Him to my left. My meat. Stolen. It. Large. Green. Found us. Forced us to change. Forced us to obey.
And what did it tell you to do?
Go with him. Mate compliant. Me. Not. What? Lost. Lived. Rage. And now, my hunt begins again.
And what is it you're hunting?
Green man. The large one. The biggest of them all. I will kill him. I will get my mate.
Then we have the same prey.
It cocks its head.
Prey. Curious. Could have killed you. Flipped your metal bug onto its belly and dug you out with my claws. Didn't. Useful.
I chose to find you.
I chose to let you. Prey.
Prey. What do they call you? I am the apex.
The A.
It has, you see now, without being able to
Form
form
a P with its lips.
Yeah, it doesn't quite have the structure to form certain sounds, but it attempts.
Apex. Hard to say. Cairn. Not easy for you. Ally.
I hold out my Deathclaw gauntlet. For now. I'm guessing compared to its claws, this one is much smaller.
Oh,
Or at least compared to
definitely.
its larger claw.
You did see that last time one of its arms seemed to be a little bit stunted, but as you are looking now, one of its hands is a regular size. The other is just far larger.
Just gigantic, like a charger from Left 4 Dead or something.
It's not quite that much of a
Gotcha.
size difference, but it is noticeable, definitely.
One of your kind tried to make me its prey when I was young. It failed.
You killed.
No.
You killed a Deathclaw. As
No.
a child. No. Of course not. Foolish.
But I survived. Indeed. At this point, everybody else who was chasing after it.
Oh yeah, definitely. The rest of the runaways, you all heard the roar from the edge of the forest, and you are trekking through all of these old broken twigs, and eventually you see looming over the apex quite clearly the sight that nobody in the wasteland wants to see: a deathclaw.
Theo's gonna immediately jumping dive forward and bring his laser rifle up to aim, but not shoot. Just kind of very cautiously, like ready just in case this turns into what he fears this is going to be.
I just want to imagine you rolled first. It's like, but why?
Apex feeling the fast move, sensing the fast movement behind him, would probably try to step between you and the Deathclaw to make sure that your action doesn't provoke it.
Sure.
Get up into, my fists are up and raised. Probably next to Theo. Good deal ahead of him.
Apex would hold his hand out to the side. He'd kind of look at you kind of like sideways, but he wouldn't let this thing out of his vision, like his visual cone. It doesn't
I'll-
seem hungry, I say. And
All right.
its name is Cairn.
Louise is already just confused, but when she hears that, she cocks her head to one side and just goes, huh?
Wait, his name's Cairn?
So he tells me.
It speaks? Wait, it speaks? Oh,
Okay.
sweet God Almighty.
I'll be honest, this wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah, I don't blame
Louise
you.
raises a hand. Hi there, Kern.
Cairn.
Karen?
You. And your moving machine.
Oh,
Seen you
right.
before.
Yeah, we remember. Look, just a side note. Whatever you do to us, please don't damage the car. I just paid for that. Anyway.
He tilts his head to the side again.
Car is metal bug.
Car. Easy to say.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to say. We were running out here for. I'd wave a hand over at Apex. I'll then look over at Apex. Are we good?
That depends. And I look at Cairn. We know where your mate would have been taken. We were on our way.
Sniffs the air again.
If your mate were returned, would you still kill?
It blinks. You see like a thin film like come up over its eye. It's still quite clearly looking at you. It blinks. It has like a lizard-like film that goes over its eye and then
a
comes back
secondary
down.
eyelid.
Get meat back. Without killing.
Easier my way. Words.
Words. Life simple without words. Life good. Kill, eat, mate, and die.
How long have you had words?
The large flaming ball has gone up and down several times. Each day, no more. Sir. Smarter. Angel. Can you do it? fought Green Man before. Lost on own. Together could kill. Alone. Unsure.
Louise, having missed the thing about him resisting the Green Man before, wants to clarify. Wait, when you fought Green Man before, did anything happen in your, taps her forehead, your head?
Began speaking when Green Man came.
So, how did you, words, resist him, as it were?
It looks like it's thinking for a moment. Not having had a vocabulary, it is searching for words and feelings.
Did you think something against it? Like, did you just think in your head, no, I'm not doing that? Or did you...
Just did. Don't know.
Desire for freedom. Live free. No leash. You have good reason to hunt the large one. I've been hunting him longer. I think words will be a better weapon against him.
Best weapon. Right here.
He holds up its massive claws that sort of gleam in the moonlight.
Apex, I'm inclined to agree, but not for the same reason. If he's able to resist, Big Green Man's influence, I'd really like to know how. And if it's something we can do.
Honestly, yeah, that's a good point. Because whenever he goes ahead and does he taps his forehead, we all just kind of shut down. I've been through a lot and fought a hell of a lot, but like, nothing like that. Nothing that can fold you with just a thought, so to speak.
To be fair, you are, looks at Karn. To
Cairn.
be fair, you are, a big customer, sir. Maybe our brains are just squishier compared to yours. Thumbs up.
Is she...
Louise looks slightly uncomfortable now. She's like, I'm gonna stop talking.
This Big Green, he want you to do anything for him?
mentioned new life, new experience. Worthless. Don't need new. Need food.
What would you do if he commanded your mate to attack you? If she
Can
couldn't
he do
resist,
this?
she commanded her to follow, and she did.
No.
I don't want you to have to fight her either. That is why words
Words are the best best weapon.
Apex nods. His defensive posture has softened significantly throughout this conversation. He's still on edge, like his knees are still kind of like crouched and ready to dive or tuck or roll if this thing should just randomly freak out and swipe at him, but
I would like you to make a charm roll. And you're going to make this at +2.
+2.
Ooh.
Okie dokie. Advanced roller. +2. 2d6. Hiya! 14! Let's
God
go!
damn!
I'll say to like emphasize this.
Wow.
As I'm saying these things, I look up at him. Words are the best weapon. And I take off the mask and look it face to face with my own eyes.
It gets down on all fours and pushes itself to lean its face up towards yours.
Apex's face probably has like the slightest bit of like quivering at like the cheeks and eyebrows. Like you can tell there's like a part of him that's trying to keep this together, but he's very earnest right now.
Strange man.
Not man. Apex.
Smell fear, but also blood.
It leans back up.
Bring meat to me. We'll wait in woods. Zool.
Apex nods and he puts his mask back on.
The Apex.
Cairn. I nod to Cairn. And then I turn my back to it. And start walking back towards the rest of the runaways, calmly.
And it turns and walks off into the forest. Before it goes, it takes that large, singular claw, plants it into the super mutant's chest seemingly effortlessly, and begins dragging it behind it.
As I get to you guys, that was the coolest thing that has ever happened to me.
I'm stuck. You like he's in like Alvin's in like that boxing stance, you know, like that MMA stance. But you can tell his arms are shaking. Like he was like, I do not know how to box a deathclaw.
I had plans to face it, but that was very different than what I expected.
So if I'm understanding that right, it learned how to speak after?
I think Johann, whatever he's able to do, whatever he's learned to be able to do, I think he can force evolution in radiated beings, or maybe force some sort of brain connection thingy. I don't know. Like,
It is something.
Apex doesn't know anything about neural science, so I'm trying to stop the player from saying fancy words.
It is something that unfortunately is pretty consistent with what I know of where he potentially got these abilities. Unfortunately, such a thing isn't unheard of.
All I know is from the research notes and the cage and everything that I found at the arena. That and everything that might have inspired something like that, such as with Apex's comic books and whatnot. Mostly Captain Cosmo, right? Psychics and stuff like that. Or even, I even thought like magic, like with like Grognak and shit like that. But like, I don't know. I just don't know.
Whatever Johan's able to do, it's growing.
So, what the hell are we supposed to do?
I don't know.
No
but that
offense,
makes-
Apex. Words is good and all, but I'm starting to think we're really walking into a fight we can't win. He can just passes a hand over her face and makes us like to us, and we're done. We either just off ourselves because he tells us to, or we get to be one of his new world mutants or whatever.
I don't think he'd do that.
Well, that makes me
Not
more
to
worried.
us, not to me.
What about Jet? Makes me more worried as shit to what the fuck he's doing to Jet and everybody I knew.
Exactly. We can't just leave them. Even if they've tried to kill us a dozen or so times.
I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but like, I mean,
Above game, I try to remember. Do we in game know that I thought this. I forget if this was theorized or not. I'm sorry. Do we know in game that Bach and Johann are both skeleton doctor's kids?
No,
yeah, Dr. Hal did tell you that both Bach and Johann are his children.
Okay. I want to talk to Dr. Howell again about this. I don't know what else I can think of, but I'm not comfortable with just going in with nothing else. Maybe now we have more information, maybe... Fuck, I don't know.
well, if it comes down to battle, we basically have everything we need to go ahead and get that power armor running back in Riverside too.
The last time
Except-
we talked to Dr. Howell, he had nothing to aid us.
Right.
Man, almost
And
wish we
that
could have asked our new friend to go with us. Maybe there's something about his brain waves or whatever now that could have helped out.
He'd be too
Then
much
again,
of
I
a
don't know.
liability.
True.
If he starts fighting, it would be a bloodbath.
Well, what are we doing? Are we...
I think
I
we
got
should
no
continue.
ideas.
I think
What are we
should
doing?
continue on our mission.
We're still trying to figure out what. Look, it's selfish. I gotta find Jet. All right, like shit on a shingle. I need to find Jet right now.
So we're just gonna go straight into it still? Just go ahead to Vault 40?
I still think it would be wise to have a couple hang back just to be safe in case what you believe will happen will happen.
Well,
But I
Apex,
need-
you haven't led us astray thus far.
Fuck, okay. I got nothing
let-
else.
Yeah, if a couple people need to hang back, then I'll go. It's my horse. I gotta figure out what the hell's happening. This is my wagon train.
And I need to talk to Johann. If he tries to attack my brain, nobody leashes the Apex. He just says to himself, probably more to try to self-assure than anything else.
Alvin, maybe I'm biased, but I kind of would think you ought to hang back with us. Because if
Wait,
you get
what?
if you get mind whammied, if Johann decides screw it, I'm gonna mind whammy, and you get mind whammied, then there ain't nobody to go after Jet. But I do believe that Apex might be right that maybe Johann won't do it to him, and then at least he can, what's the fucking word, parlay on everybody's behalf.
Then I'll stick to Apex.
You say that asking Apex to be like the social dignitary. You look at him and he's like kind of picking a little bit of like crusty booger out of his nose with his pinky.
Look, Apex is the man who just talked down a goddamn mutated deathclaw.
I mean, well, yeah. Well, stone me. Yeah, that is impressive. I'll be the first one to admit that. But also, it's in the same vein as if you were caught in Vault 40. I wouldn't leave you hanging, and I ain't gonna leave her hanging either.
I know. I mean, fuck. Take it as probably that I am biased, because, shrugs. Maybe turn slightly red. You're my fucking Earthshine, okay? Maybe I just worried.
Starshine, I got you. I got you. I believe it.
I like that it's not turning smushy, it's just be like, 99, I know. It's like, I know we know, okay. Just say it. Just fucking say it.
Oh, yeah, I definitely
Oh,
my
God.
that thing, but, like...
Like, yeah, don't look at me.
No, I get you. I get you.
I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just putting forth my piece there, okay?
All right.
I guess car then?
And if push comes to shove and you do need it, I'll look over at Theo. If I remember right, Brotherhood of Steel knows how to run power armors, right?
Yeah, they do.
All right, so you probably know how to get that thing rolling if shit hits the fan.
I have a few ideas, yeah. I've been in them.
All right, then I'll trust you. If anything happens to me, Theo, or me happens to Apex, then go to Riverside and there's a suit of that. I gotta look up the brand real quick. There's a suit of that whatever the heck it is, T60 I think it is.
Hot cup of tea.
Yeah, all right. How will we know exactly if you don't come back?
I'll look up at the sky. What time of day is it right now?
It's nighttime right now.
It is night, yes. So you look up and you see the last little bit of light is beginning to wink out.
We'll probably hit there in the evening, in the late night. So I'd say wait till the dawn. And if you don't see us come back in the dawn, then y'all go ahead and assume it.
We should find a place to sleep before. We don't want to approach without being rested.
Alright, well, considering Karen just left, I think Karen's presence would have scared away all the creepy crawlies around here. I think this would be a fun place to set up camp. We'll go back to the
We could
car,
just
get
sleep
Fella's
in the
shop,
car.
and go ahead and just... That's what I was thinking. Maybe set up a fire somewhere close to it. I'll get that on lockdown.
And we'll head back to the car.
It'll change the romanticism of the scene, though, considering. If we go there at dawn. I'll say at that point, will you wait till sunset if we don't get back?
Now you begin to head back to the car, and off in the distance, you hear a...
Yeah,
Right.
we left
Oh
Apollo's truck
God,
there.
we're doing the thing now where he doesn't exist until someone mentions him.
Well, no, he didn't get mentioned. He's still at the car. He still spawned in.
Yeah, you hear the car's
we're
you hear the car's horn go off suddenly.
Hey, we're back! We're back, foul shot!
Huh? Alvin! Oh, thank goodness. I wondered where you all ran off to all of a sudden.
Oh,
Had a
right.
conversation with the Deathclaw.
What?
Deathclaw had a conversation with it. Lost its mate.
Oh.
Wants it back.
A talking deathclaw.
It follows Chalk, just sort of blinks and stares at you for a moment.
I have a lot of drawing to do. I sit down in the back of the car.
What?
I'll tell you about I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you about it. Hey, you think you can help me get a campfire set up?
Yeah. Ooh. Civilized land sure is crazy sometimes.
telling you, all my years I've never seen something quite like a talking deathclaw.
I haven't either. It seems that this place may even have some surprises for people like you.
Considering you and me are basically travelers, yeah, I'll go ahead and bet on that horse.
Is it safe to gather wood?
My guess is yeah, considering if something that scary showed up, it would have scared away every single other creepy crawly in my experience.
Scariest.
From
Apex has like the window like rolled down in the back. It has a large dinner. It will be fine.
I see. You know, the scariest thing I've encountered was a Yao Guai, but
I've seen them here's about. There's one at the zoo. I think Apex is trying to go ahead and befriend.
He's my friend.
you must
His
be
name is
some
Yogi.
you must be some kind of animal talker.
I'll tell you what, it's a rare benefit to have out here.
You see like a light bulb go off on Apex's head, like just bing. Goes back to like he's like writing enthusiastically right now.
You know, my tribe was friends with another. They incorporated a lot of Yao Guai into their culture.
Did they tame any?
No. 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 They were called the Sorrows.
Sorrows. Ain't never heard of that. All right.
I can imagine. Our civilization was pretty well hidden. Every once in a while we would have a caravan come out and trade with us. Good times.
Oh, I
Well, I'm
miss
gonna go
traveling
with-
caravans of miles.
If you, when anybody wants to come with me, I would feel a bit better.
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and travel with you. You gather the stones, I'll go ahead and gather the wood.
Right, you
Starshine,
are.
you want to go ahead and help out?
Oh, yeah, I'll fix you guys up a space here for it. Don't worry. Make sure we
I'll
don't
look-
burn this whole place down.
I'll look back over to Chuck. Best wood finder I know. I'll go ahead and thumb over to over to Louise.
Well, you've only just met me.
Well, looks like Louise might have some competition then. Let's see what we can do. I'll clap my hands together and roll my shoulder.
She pauses as they go off and sort of, over her shoulder, she sort of goes, "Hey, Phil?" Waits for a minute. And then she just sort of shakes her head and, "Yeah, I'm coming." Goes off after him.
All right, you head off into the woods. Because Follows Chalk is with you, you do not need to roll to gather wood.
Son of a bitch.
He's pretty good.
This is the one thing I do, man. I
Probably
find stuff.
I mean, you're in a dead forest. There's got to be so much fucking dead wood here.
When I was a kid in West Virginia, we would just run up to trees and hit the E key and just gather wood left and right.
That's crazy. We had these logs on the ground that we also hit the E key.
No shit! Wow. Lift
What the fuck are you two on about?
I remember we saw these ruins left and right. You ever heard of a camp?
I pressed Alt and clicked every single one individually.
I
You
pressed
saw the
tab
damnedest
once.
things in the
I just
camps.
looked at my forearm.
You're fools. All you have to do is hit the tilde key and just type add item wood.
I remember. Oh my god, I got such a story to tell you after the break how I got banned from Fallout 76 until the next patch.
Incredible.
Can't just find the dev room? God.
No, I did something worse.
You return. Where are you going to set up your camp? Just in the woods somewhere?
I'm guessing by where we parked the car.
Yeah.
Not,
like
not,
off
like,
the-
not, not,
yeah,
not,
like
yeah,
off the
not,
road.
not like we're expecting traffic to come through.
Yeah, like off the road, close to a car.
Sure. On the road itself would probably be the safest spot. You don't want to get too close to all of these dead, dry trees.
That's what,
Right.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just put it like right next to the car.
Yeah,
'Cause
follow-
Nobody
Yeah, right on
else
the
is
pavement
driving.
then.
Follows Chalk will set up a bunch of, like a stone circle, and we'll begin to expertly set up this small campfire for you all.
It's like our Sherpa.
Oh man, that's expert. Smile a little bit. Just setting everything up like that. I mean, hell, she could go ahead and set up a campsite in the middle of nowhere, it seems.
It pays to be able to live on your feet, I find. I don't
Oh,
stick
yeah.
around places too much. I travel a lot.
Oh, same with my mama. I remember back in the day, she was it was pretty funny how she went ahead and got set up with my dad. Parent of a story was she was also a rambler, quite like herself.
Really?
Oh, you wouldn't know by looking at her, but yeah, she was former Raider too. She was former Raider too back in West Virginia. Went ahead and met up with my pa. My pa went ahead and just helped her with a couple things. And eventually, one thing led to another. Raiders are a lot more. What would be the term? Amicable, I think. Back where I'm from. Eventually, she ended up running the militia and trade back over here, where I grew up at a little bit down here. But that's way off. That old settlement's way off.
It's interesting. I would have never even thought people like that could live any other life. No offense.
Well, oh no, none taken. No, my mom always told me that Raiders and settlers just see just two different sides of the same quarter. One side sees a way of how it was and how to build and how to go ahead and just make structure reinforced, and the other one knows how to go ahead and scavenge and survive and fight some of the scariest critters you ever seen this side of the wasteland. That makes sense. Eventually, back where I'm over from, a lot of them intermingled. And a lot of them intermingled, and Raiders normally handled, I guess the shorthand would be monster hunting, or critter finding is what my mama used to call it. And then the settlers used to go ahead and just handle the trade routes and the building and whatnot. But I think the big takeaway my mom and daddy always try to go ahead and throw at me is that everybody had a seat at the table, Raider and settler alike. I mean, the biggest thing that I've always looked about it is that everybody bleeds red, right? So that means everybody has a spot.
Cynthia
the same.
bled black. Cynthia bled black.
Oh,
Whoa.
it was more of a statement than anything. I mean, I think we would have changed the parlance if we had Simps where I'm from. So
A synth? What is that?
oh, it was the damnedest thing. Robots, like mechanical people with free will and thinking, just like you and me.
Mechanical people?
Yeah.
Those exist? I've
Hell yeah.
seen robots and machines out here in the wastelands. Some of them talked. Is that what you're referring to?
So much blocky as like a security bot or something. Is somebody who's like completely mechanical on the inside, but they look like you and me on the outside.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's what I said too. I couldn't half believe it, but the more I traveled with Miss Cynthia, the more I understood. And I'll tell you what, Miss Cynthia was one of the best medical people this side of Theo. No offense, Theo.
Theo's just been really quiet, kind of sitting against the car, kind of just cleaning the laser rifle.
Are you okay?
I'm not quite certain how to put this, but this whole stuff reminds me of why the Brotherhood came out here in the first place, and it's got me pretty riled up, I'll admit.
Louise has been quiet too, but she kind of turns her head at that. In what sense?
And Brotherhood came out here to the West Coast. Originally, they were from New California kind of area. And they came out here to chase super mutant or demigod, I think is what they called it. A being of such intelligence that could commune with the minds and wanted to uplift all the super mutants. Wanted them to rule the world with the master at its head. I thought the master was killed, at least that's what I was told, but this all sounds very similar.
I think that's the second time I heard about the master.
Third.
Third?
Apex says as he keeps drawing.
So how'd that whole story go out? How did the master go ahead and, get, I guess, dethroned, I guess?
Truth be told, something of a wasteland legend at this point. I can't really tell what is fact from fiction. Lots of legends around that whole, how that went down, but rumors have it was a vault dweller. At least that's what the stories say.
Oh, that's kind of like old damn stories where I'm from.
Yeah.
Maybe history just repeats itself.
How the story ended up going, at least where I'm from, we didn't have a master or whatnot, but there's this big old vault, and there's a bunch of vault dwellers that went ahead and spread out like wildfire one day out of it. Set up a bunch of shops, did a bunch of different things, and really helped basically revitalize West Virginia. A lot of us are descended from those people. So if a vault dweller went ahead and did it, I mean, hell, vault dwellers are capable of a hell of a lot, apparently. But that might be that human gumption my papa was always telling me about. Or was it Jet's daddy? I'm not sure. Could have been Wyatt. Not sure.
Apex finishes drawing his book and goes to kind of find a nice little spot to lay under the stars, since I guess we're if there's road, then there's an open patch of sky above us, so.
I just pictured you going under the car for some reason.
Too tight.
He's too broad. He's too broad.
I'm bulky. Like a cat, I huddle under the engine for warmth.
I understand a lot of us are tense right now, though. I get that. I don't think I've been this tense since after Greystone, I think. It'd have to be that.
Apex falls asleep.
Wait, Apex just went to sleep?
Yeah.
She's like, and I'm done talking.
He's got a fucking raid to do tomorrow.
I'll look back to see the apex snoring as only an apex can. Man, he's got the right idea. He is such a unique individual. I've never seen a man go ahead and be so strong and yet so kind at the same time. He knows damn well he might be walking into a fire pit, and he still tries to get the best rest he can.
Good idea. Lots of food and lots of sleep before a hunt.
He definitely has a right of it. Simple guy is.
Yes, we should too.
Apex begins to dream. You can see his legs start to kick.
Oh. Oh, he's having a puppy dream. That's right. Eat those puppies, Apex. You
I've
eat
never
those
seen a
puppies.
man do something like this.
His
Eat
arms
those
and legs
puppies till you
both
feel
just
good
kind of
about
like
it.
jolt. Oh, he's running.
Oh, dude.
Does that thing with that one meme dog. Just kind of gets up, runs straight into a tree.
Dude, I remember my old bass hound back in the day did that, but he was on like sleeping on the linoleum, so he was just slowly doing a sleep run, but he was moving in a circle.
Mm.
It was the dumbest thing. All right, yeah, I should probably get some shut eye myself too. I'll look over to Louise. Hey, can I talk at you for a little bit before I rest up?
Blinks and she's like, oh, yeah, sorry, let me just, yeah. Gets up and is just like, I don't know what I was thinking with that. I was just like, no, let's just go.
All right. You two sleep well when you get to it, Chuck, Theo.
Will do.
Right. I think the back side of the Corvega will work really well. I see as I lean on the side that Apex is not snoring on.
I'm not particularly too close to the car or the fire.
Oh, I thought you were leaning next to it. I totally would have leaned next to that car. And
The
slept,
man
which
is
is what I'm
getting
doing.
maximum sprawlage.
I'll sit back at on the opposite side of the car and just look up at the stars.
She'll lean
Or
up
how
next
about
to you and do the same.
Can I let you in on something?
Sure.
All right. So, my raider name was Red Hand, right?
Yeah.
And my name I go by is Alvin Bronson. I'll tell you how that name came around. I might have.
Maybe in passing.
I was reading a bunch of Vault-Tec books that Boss Man left me. I hadn't read that much since my daddy Homer. He told me if I was going to work on mechanics, I was going to go ahead and learn right. And, you know, reading the Vault-Tec ones, that makes sense. Blend that with what I learned off my daddy, working back with all kinds of different manuals from the Appalachia, West Tech, shit like that. The name came around off of two authors from those books. There was an Alvin I read somewhere, and then a Bronson I read somewhere. B. Bronson off another book. Might have been about calipers. I don't know about that one. I'm not sure. I ain't never seen a caliper before that. Or maybe I did, but I didn't know what they were called. You know how it is. I'll tell you what, that library that you have down in that vault, I could live there.
I did as a kid.
You have a favorite
When I wasn't making Chris crazy.
book? Do you have a favorite book down there in Vault Town?
I wouldn't say a favorite, but lately I kept thinking about this book of poems I read as a kid. And there's this one just bouncing around in my head lately, especially now.
How's that go?
She just keeps looking up at the sky, and she closes her eyes and she kind of mutters to herself. As I was walking on the stairs, I met a man who wasn't there. Wasn't there again today. I wish he'd go away. That's about all I really remember.
He'll rub
Seems
your back a
poignant
little
lately.
bit.
Can I admit
Of
something?
course. What's on your mind, Louise?
I really, really, really don't want to go talk to Johan. And it's kind of conflicting, as I really don't want to leave all the people he's got, including Jet, there, but there's a big part of me that I didn't know was there, just wants to fucking run. I'm not used to that.
I remember that too.
I wasn't sure why, but she turns her head, and she's sort of wiping something off her cheek. It's just like, fuck.
My mom always told me, as rough and tumble as she is, ain't no fault running, falling back.
Yeah, but I wasn't alone before. I mean, at least not these last few months, because I always had taps her forehead. I always had Phil kind of in my head. And it's fucking funny to me, because I knew back when that started in the vault. I knew it wasn't right. I didn't care. I was just so glad not to be alone anymore. So I think I just went with it. She sort of sniffs and she looks down at the bag. She put at her feet. I don't hear him anymore, Alvin.
You don't hear Phil anymore?
Shakes her head. Not since telling Barry to piss off. I just wondered if he went quiet or maybe something. Shakes her head. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's for the best. But fuck, it's really quiet in my head right now, and it's actually kind of scary. I don't know how to be alone in my head anymore, it feels like. Now I'm afraid you're gonna go too, because something's gonna go wrong now. Shit. Wipes vigorously at her eyes. Fucking Christ, I haven't cried since this shit went down, and now I can't seem to fucking stop.
He'll pull Jez. He'll lean into him a little bit. Hey, it's okay. It's fine. The intention is that I'm not gonna go away. I mean, I know it's a danger, especially out in the wasteland like it is, but I wouldn't do anything I don't have at least confidence in.
She makes a very pathetic, sort of funny, sort of snort sniff against your chest. You fucking turn into a fucking super mutant. I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'll be the most handsome super mutant of the valley, and ain't no one stop me from that.
Oh, you think you're getting fucking kisses as a super mutant? You're gonna have to fucking earn that shit back. I'm gonna be pissed.
No, I'm gonna look like a green Adonis. Don't you worry. But the most serious part is here, and he'll grab the little notebook he's been writing in on his tool belt, and I'll hand it off to you. Look at the first page.
She will raise an eyebrow, but she'll open it and flip it to the first page.
It says property of Samson Havens.
Samson Havens?
He awkwardly looks at you. Yeah, that's a... Yeah, never really got the
Um,
opportunity of everything, but that's
Above game,
my
both to
name.
you, Fringe, and to maybe Connor. Does Samson have the same connotation in the setting, like the whole Greek? What was it, a Greek myth thing? That
It was
It was a
myth.
biblical thing.
does
It
that
was a
have?
Bible.
Is that known in this wasteland? Is that known in this particular setting?
I don't think it would be common knowledge. If you were a historian or if you were into
In the
Jesus.
vault. We don't know.
Jesus, maybe.
Jesus?
If you really liked Jesus in the vault.
You do know that there are small pockets of religious people just out and around in the world. The archers are some of them. But any sort of like specific lore, you probably wouldn't know.
Samson Haven, was it?
Samson Havens.
She finally smiles and she shakes her head and closes it and passes it back to him and just goes, "You are never gonna live this down."
Just like to
Oh
state-
shit! Why am I not gonna live this down?
I'll think of a way. I don't think I could call you Samson.
Brock Sampson.
Well, I think that was a reference. Yes.
Yeah.
That was. Well, I wanted to, since we finally have some time and it's quiet for once, I wanted to throw it out there. Yeah, Samson Havens. That's what I was named back in Appalachia, and then I became Red Hand when I ran with Jet. I know Jet's real name too, if you really want to dig in her on it.
How much would she kill me if she found out that I knew?
Well, I told you she wouldn't be able to do shit about it. That's the funny part. I'll lean down real low like I'm sharing like a childhood secret. It's Jewel.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try real hard not to sass her with that when we meet her. I might get myself killed.
Yeah, Jewel Johnston. That's her fucking name. And my daddy, Homer Havens, went ahead was building all kinds of shit from here to here
Homer?
to Grace. Homer Havens. That's my daddy's name. Homer Havens.
What is with your family?
It would make more sense if you lived in West Virginia, honey.
Oh man. Okay.
I mean, my mama's name is Betty May. That will go ahead and explain questions to you.
So who do you see yourself as?
What do I see myself as?
Samson? Alvin? Red Hand? Urshan? You got quite a choice.
Takes all kinds of parts to make a car, don't it? I guess it might be the same with names.
Yeah.
Started as Samson, went over to Red Hand, came over to Alvin, went over to Earthshine. I hope it sticks at that. I hope it sticks as that.
Every so often. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
She actually sort of looks... She looks better in her way, just like... I think I could sleep now, actually.
Well, he'll go ahead and pat his shoulder. It's right here for you.
Well, join me in the back seat then? Wait, no, wait. Fuck, no, that... God damn it.
Nope,
what I
not
mean.
like that. Not like that.
Shut the fuck up, god damn it. She's just like sort of, she makes a fucking raspberry sound and...
I know an old world phrase for the back seat if that's what you're going for.
I'm fucking going to sleep. You can do whatever the fuck you want. She literally just crawls in the open window of the back seat. God damn it.
I ain't gonna let you live that either.
Ugh.
You're not gonna let Samson die. I'm not gonna let the back seat die.
I will just, yeah,
find Jewel and I'll just let her murder me. Fuck this shit.
Apex gets up to pee. What's a Samson?
Oh, that's
Later. Night.
I'll tell you later. He pokes his head back in. Like he looks back and just sees her all just fuming. I'll let you know later. I'll let you know later.
Apex pees and then goes back to bed.
I will have a snooze.
Theo's
Theo.
over in a corner just being like, man, I ain't even part of this.
Theo, while all this is happening, you see follows Trox just sort of like leaning his head up and looking over, just with a smile on his face, just sort of eavesdropping.
Sounds like things didn't go too well.
What do you mean?
Unlucky. I figured... I figure Alvin was trying to woo Louise. I guess it didn't go so well.
Oh, they have their own kind of bond. I try not to pry. It seemed like they work, though. Well, they're happy as you can be in the wasteland.
I'm happy for them.
Me too.
So what's your story?
What do you mean?
You don't seem to be, pardon me for saying, but you seem a bit different than the others. There's a man who wears a Brahmin skull for a mask. A man with great big fists and a winning smile. A woman who talks to herself. But you seem... what's the word? Normal?
I wish that were true. He's gonna take out another cigarette and light it. Truth is, still figuring out how to answer that question. Who am I guess, but... You ever seen a stone side eroded by the rain? Looks all haggard and beat up.
Yes,
Cracks
many
all through
times. I lived
That's
at the
kinda
bottom of a
close.
canyon.
it. Okay.
It was a common sight, actually.
That's kind of how I see myself, really. I was raised in an area where we were taught to be like stone. Steel, even. And over time, I just got eroded away. I'm not certain what it is I am. As for normal, I've been told I talk to plants. I don't always realize I'm doing it.
Ah, you've got a green thumb then.
Yeah. Were life to be perfect, I would have a farm somewhere and happy and content. And that's not what I'm here for.
I think you would like Zion.
Tell me about it.
Zion was my home. Like I said, it was at the bottom of a canyon. We were joined there by a couple of other tribes. One was friendly, the other not so much. In fact, you could say we had our own kind of raider. Anyway, the canyon was great. There were old ranger outposts scattered all over. We had farmers that tended to the wild bighorners.
Bighorns. Heard about them. I don't think I've ever seen one, though.
Their name rings true. They have quite big horns. I hear people make a lot of money raising them.
That makes sense. I've heard they're pretty large size, too, so got a lot of meat on them.
That's not all. Down in the canyon, I learned that when the bombs fell, the invisible fire...
Wow. He like scratches his head. The radiation. Oh my goodness.
Finally, dog companion.
Rat dog.
There's dog meat.
Dog meat.
It's just Apex really getting into his dream.
No, he's passing a kidney stone.
Oh my
not
God.
Shane Park.
Pause for Frankie and or Gino.
Oh yeah. Think. Oh. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. Lost my train of thought.
Oh.
Time at the canyon.
Dog priority.
Yep, there he is.
Before I left the canyon, fucking...
I love that he's got
I'm just
that.
shaking my damn
freaking-
head.
There's a wild dog in the woods. That's all.
He really
Yeah.
does have that basset hound braying
Yeah,
sound.
there,
like,
there was like a howl in the background of this audio
Yeah.
track.
So we
There's-
know that there's a dog.
That's
out there
them.
somewhere.
Yeah,
There you
there's
go.
just wild dogs out there.
And Apex is too sleepy to go chase after it, so you're fine
It's true.
for now.
I went around to the old ranger stations. Zion National Park Rangers. I learned afterwards they had some information. Apparently the shape of the canyon helped to keep radiation out of where we lived. We had fish and plants.
Shit. It does sound nice. Oh, why'd you leave?
There was a conflict. That tribe of raiders I mentioned, Whitelegs, they came from the Great Salt Lake. They began killing my people, the dead horses, and our allies, the Sorrows. They would do all manner of unspeakable things, just because they could. It wasn't the life I wanted for myself. I had heard from the traders out of town about a man who was paid money to sing. That was a novel idea to me back then. You could go around, sing, and eat. You wouldn't have to go hunt or have someone hunt for you.
Did you find this person who sings?
Eventually I did, with the help of a kind courier.
Oh, is that what you do now? Travel around and sing?
No, I don't have much of a voice. I'm still as much of a scout and an explorer as I ever was back in Zion. But now I explore the civilized world. I've seen all sorts of things out here. Things I never would have seen back in Zion. Sometimes I miss it, but I'm glad I left.
Well, I suppose I can understand that too. Bits and pieces of me miss where I'm from, but nothing beats life moving forward, right?
Right.
Better to keep rolling on the open road than to stay still in weather.
Those are words to live by.
I try to.
He sort of looks over your person. He spots something. He points to his shoulder. What's that?
What's he pointing at?
He's pointing at your fleur-de-lis.
Oh shit. Yeah. City, or the remains of the city. I had a flag, still around some parts, believe it or not. Sort of like a symbol of the area around. It's a flower that used to grow around called a fleur-de-lis. Stories say they were a symbol of peace. Kind of ironic considering everything that happened, but I don't know. I like the symbol. I like the colors on it. And decided to put it on my shoulder pad because I like growing flowers, but if there is still a seed out there or a way to grow a fleur-de-lis, I hope to grow one day, and I don't know. Just felt right to wear.
I think you can.
Oh?
If there are areas in the wasteland and places like Zion that have managed to avoid a lot of the radiation, and surely there are other pockets. Maybe
I
your
hope you're right.
fleur-de-lis will grow once again.
Yeah, I hope you're right, but in truth, I'm a little more concerned about what's ahead of us directly, at least in the immediate.
The rocks at Zion. They were lovely color, I think. I think a long time ago they didn't used to look like that. You feel like you were a stone weathered away by water. Sometimes a little bit of weathering can reveal something beautiful underneath. Oh.
Guess I hadn't thought about that. That's mighty kind of you to say, but truth be told, where I live and people I live with don't really fit in there anymore. I haven't really felt like I've had a place or a purpose since, kind of gesturing towards the rest of the group, I met these three. Now I know they're going to some form of danger, and my instincts are telling me to stay with them. But my training is telling me to head back to the Brotherhood where I'm from and get reinforcements. I want to do right by them, and thought of doing wrong by the runaways. Thought of losing the runaways. It doesn't sit right with me. So I'll do what I'm told here. They want me to stay back with Louise, wait for an opportunity to either go in and rescue them, or hopefully things turn out for the better. That's what I'll do. Might just be a bit nervous while doing it.
But at least you won't be alone.
That's true.
Well,
Do you have, like, a medical bag with you?
He does, yeah.
He points at it.
see you're a medicine man.
Yeah, initially when I was taught.
Well,
First aid and first response.
if you've got a green thumb and you're knowledgeable about medicine, I might be able to show you something while the others are scouting ahead.
I always love to learn something new.
There are plants that can form herbal remedies. Can be used for all kinds of things. They don't work as well as the medicines and chems, but it's something. It'll do in a pinch, and it seems like you guys are getting pinched a lot lately.
That's for certain. I've heard of plants having medicinal properties, but I just assumed that most of those plants were destroyed during the war.
He smiles and reaches into his own backpack, and he produces what looks like a small burlap bundle that's sort of tied off at the end.
Here. Take it.
Theo will grab it.
First one's free, la.
Act like this is some sort of drug deal. He'll open the pouch.
Inside is this sort of like off-green sort of powder. It's very fine.
And kind
That's,
of take a quick sniff of it.
It smells vaguely floral. It also smells a little bit old.
Oh. Some sort of medicinal powder?
That's from back home in my tribe. I took that with me.
Oh.
Maybe you
I'll
can
tell you
figure out how to recreate it.
I'll tell you what, we'll take a look at this and I guess I'll try to solve it tomorrow morning, but it's been a long day and I got a lot to think about.
Fair enough.
Thanks for this, and thanks for checking in.
Of course. I always like learning about new places and new people.
Yeah. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you get some rest now, okay?
You as well, Theo.
He'll nod his head and kind of sit outside, leaning against the tires, and just try to kind of fall asleep military style against the car.
I'll wake you all when the dawn breaks.
Sounds good. He'll obviously put out a cigarette as well.
And you put out your cigarette and follows Chalk goes over to his he's got like a little bedroll for himself. Managed to fit into the side pocket of his backpack, and he rolls it out and lays down.
At least the stars look the same.
Drifts off. And I'm assuming eventually you do as well, Theo.
Yes.
And you all sleep for about an hour. As one by one, you are shaken awake. Follows Chalk with a wide-eyed, nervous look on his face.
Wake up! Wake up! There's something.
Shit, what?
Something.
And he goes over to all of you. Alvin, Louise. Apex, he's a bit hesitant around.
Can I roll a wits check to see if I catch on to what he catches on to?
Sure.
Apex is awake. 14.
14.
Jesus Christ, your rolls.
You just rise up like the Undertaker.
Well, he goes to check, like he goes to shake the Apex. Apex's bunk is just like empty. He's up and he's trying to figure out what's happening.
You are already...
But he knows something's happening.
You're facing down the road towards where you were told Johann's encampment was. Follow Shock wakes the rest of you up. Apex, you're not the first one to see it. Follows Shock saw it first, but
that's fine. I hear something or like sense something. It's like, "Ugh," or I sense his movement maybe.
Yeah, you would
But
sense
I'm
Follow
like
Shock
just
like
kinda-
rapidly.
I'm just ducking.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just ducking behind a tree, just like in the shadows. Like something's there. I don't know what. Hello?
Yep.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh yeah, that's all.
You
He was gonna
Yep,
pop up to his feet and kind of hold the rifle in front of him.
you pop to your feet, You snap the rifle forward to where now everybody is facing down the road. You see, at first, a large orange light hovering maybe some 15 feet off of the ground. And that light illuminates an individual who is quite clearly a mutant of some kind, but their deformities are so extensive, so painful looking, that you could scarcely believe they're even standing the way they are. This individual whose eyes bulge from its skinless face, lips peeled back into almost like an eternal grin, overly large shoulders, also missing patches of flesh, muscles bigger than most of you have seen. Just tear through his skin. He's almost gorilla-like in build. And this individual looks at you. You can tell it's wearing some sort of tattered clothing, and it looks at all of you. And you see its eyes smile.
Hello.
And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh,
I
goodness.
don't like this.
For the record, I'm hiding.
Ugh.
It's again.
If we want to roll for that after the fact,
It's another Shaq hiding behind the tree situation.
Indeed. Well,
I'll be right back.
This.
alrighty. Hope you're all having a fun time with the episode. I'm really enjoying all of the roleplay. I'm having a blast right now. And it's gonna get even better.
I'll go use the facilities.
I'm gonna tend to my doggies because they're all alone right now.
your dogs are barking.
Dogs are barking. Let me go up and see my barking dogs.
I will go refresh my beverage.
I'm back. That was quick. Well, howdy, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Fringe Halftime Power Hour. You having a good time? You enjoying yourselves? You having a drink and a beverage? There are so many people in this channel right now. How is the chat not moving? There we go! There it is! Water and coffee, your beverage of choice? Oh, dude, mine too. I love dark coffee. Dark coffee is, the best. And you're 3D printing a deck box? Okay, so I used to get deck boxes for like $2 back in 2004. I would go ahead and print out anime characters out of a printer, like the old style printers, and then I would duct tape them to my deck box. If you make coffee of dogware to be bark coffee, yeah, it would be bark coffee, but it would also taste disgusting. Unless you're Bear Grylls, then it might be refreshing. I don't know. Oh yeah, how did I get banned from Fallout 76? Oh dude, yeah. So here's the story. Okay, so when Fallout 76 first came out, they didn't get rid of the console, and it's built on the same engine that they used to make Skyrim. So I just hacked myself to have a Magicka bar. I set my magicka to 200. I actually had a magicka bar that looked like just dog water, just on the lower left of my screen because it wasn't meant to have that. And then I got banned when I gave myself flames. I was gonna do the animation, my hands on my character did the animation, and I was kicked off the server until the next update. And then I couldn't open up the console anymore. Because what I was gonna do is I was gonna give myself lightning bolt, and I was just gonna kill mole men by just raining lightning on people. I had a whole character. I was gonna be called Crazy Merlin. Dude, it was the funniest thing. I was wheezing for hours. I still think about it. I knew all the spells, right? So I knew all the spells. So I was gonna give myself everything. And then I was just gonna go ahead and just run through the game and just throw fireballs at raiders. Was this on public or private servers? This was when Fallout 76 first came out, Fat Spartan. So this was very public servers. Honestly, I played Fallout 76 nowadays. Lemmy Zap is right. It's a pretty good loot shooter if you can't think of anything to really just kill some time with. It's a great time killer. I'm going into my writing now. Oh, I should give you an update about that. I got it knuckled down. I got it knuckled down to a part where I'm happy with. It went down from 8 characters to 7, but I really like the writing as a whole now. Because I thought it would be not good to have like not an even number of characters, but the more I was working on the 8th character, the more I was just like, I can't really find any way to really throw her into it. But like, she does have some story beats, but not enough to really like go with the overarching story. So then I just took her out, but she is a summon in the game you can get. So she's a summon you can use. But the character that I ended up really liking, Cole's really cool. Cole is the kind of trope where he's a support character. He looks really tough. Like, he looks like a big, tough, scary dude. He has, like, mirror shades and everything. But you find out how much of a big softie he is. He's a big teddy bear. And his big thing is music. So when you do skills, his character gimmick is that you can hold that buff, and then you can combine that buff with another one, and then create a song out of it that goes ahead and gives party-wide buffs. So you can basically have Cole on standby, and then you can go ahead and have like 5, 6 buffs around so long as he's up, just jamming to the rock beat. You just see flashes in the horizon. There goes Crazy Merlin again. Oh, dude. Yeah, dude, I would have loved to have I would have loved to have been Crazy Merlin. Oh, dude, you just... Oh, hey, welcome back, Zan.
You Wizard of Appalachia.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just talking about how I got kicked out of 76 when the game first came out because I didn't remove the console and I gave myself a magicka bar and I gave myself flames.
I heard the story.
you have a wireless headset. That's awesome. That's awesome, then. I mean, how badly do you have to code a game where you can use cheats from a different game in it? I mean, part of it I understand, because if you're using the same engine and whatnot, you're gonna go ahead and have some carryover, but you would have thought they would have had the oversight to go ahead and get rid of the console and also get rid of the commands from Skyrim that give you the things in it.
It's weird what bits of code can sometimes just crash a thing. Like, Arc System Works. One of their games right now has a load-bearing file that's just a character model of Goku from Fighters. Like, Goku.
No shot.
Yeah, if the Goku file is deleted, a bunch of things in the game just won't work anymore for some reason.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a
You
load-bearing
can't even beat Goku in someone else's franchise.
Exactly.
Damn.
He is literally holding that universe together. Hi, Mr. Steak. I have crackers and cheese, so he's very
Very interested.
excited about that right now. Unfortunately, this particular cheese has like an onion jam in it, so you can't, buddy. I'm sorry. That was very rude of me to buy this type of cheese.
Considering there's code from fucking Morrowind and there's still any Bethesda game is a damn miracle, Lemmy, you're right. I should have given myself cheats from Morrowind. You're absolutely right. I should have screwed Skyrim. I should have just given myself moves from Morrowind.
The Enwa of Appalachia.
Oh, you can't kill me, super mutant, for I have the power of the Chim.
And instead of being hooked on Jet, you're hooked on Skooma.
I should have done that. Just built a cave with skooma and left.
I agree.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Zen knows about the Durotar rock and WoW. That's crazy.
I'm back. I'm just crunching on some crunching on some cereal real quick for snack.
Yummy. Whew. Went to go check on the doggies. One of them froed up.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's probably Gino. He eats too fast.
Gino, always puking.
He is always puking. It's starting to get concerning, actually.
Aw.
Yeah.
Do you have a slow feed bowl?
No. I do not have a slow feed bowl.
I
What's
would
a slow-
recommend.
What's a slow feed bowl? Never heard of that one.
So some dogs, they eat way too fast. So slow
Every
feed
dog
bowl.
I've owned, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
slow-
yeah. So it's one of those bowls with like the spiral on it, right?
Yeah, it's there's a bunch of different kinds of it, but imagine like a foam hand in a bowl that the dogs have to eat between the fingers.
Yeah.
So they can't just like inhale. They have to like dig in a small portion, eat that, and then dig in another small portion, eat that. Is the basic concept of it.
I'm pretty sure it's Gino.
Oh, that's crazy. I've never heard about that one. I mean, I know auto feeders. But that's
I
not-
worked at a vet hospital for a long time, and yeah, might
Oh,
not be
okay.
surprised how many dogs, like you said, eat way too fast.
No, the way I've done it is like, you know, I had my dog, there was a bowl, I would just pour it, I'd be like, feast, and then like, Roxy would be like, ah, cool, vacuum noises.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're a small Jack Russell, how did you do that? Like, she was the weirdest crossbreed, Roxy was. I want to imagine just like a full-size like Jack Russell Terrier, so not much, right? But for whatever reason, the Jack Russell tail has been like popped off. And then as an aftermarket modification, a full-size shepherd tail is glued to the back of this dog. So tiny dog, big ass brush tail. And she was
Adorable.
like pure white. We would often lose her in the winter. So my dad came up with a stupid system that ended up working. He would just tie one of his red shop rags to like the end of her tail while she was just rooting around the snow. So whenever we were going ahead and trying to find out where's Roxy, there'd be like this little tail periscope just sticking out of the snow.
There's Roxy.
Gonna run this past my my folks, see what they think about it. All right,
And
but
she-
oh, sorry, you go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say.
If they
anyways,
don't get
was
it, you
just
can. If they don't get it, you can do the same thing. If you feed them at specific times, you can just put your hand over the bowl and force Gino to slow. eat between the fingers.
That's a dangerous proposition.
Oh, is he food aggressive?
He's like skittish, so we don't know what will set him off.
Gotcha. Gino's
I
fucking
guess.
crazy.
He is.
He's
True.
fucking nuts.
He refuses to come down here except to get socks. He's real. He's real. What's the word?
Gino's very goblin coded.
Yeah, I guess so. now that the more I'm thinking about it, the more sense it makes, and I'm not sure how to feel about that.
dog brain rot.
He
It's
eats.
dog brain rot.
He eats so fast he throws up. He's afraid to go into places he's never been. If he meets someone new, he'll hide behind me.
Same, bro.
And sometimes he'll just growl
At nothing.
at nothing.
Maybe he's got that cat thing where he can see ghosts.
Damn. Or Loki.
Mm.
When dogs bark at nothing, they bark at me.
Right. Well, are we ready to get back to whatever this is?
Whatever's happening.
A gateway.
But is what-
Gateway.
but is whatever it is ready for the apex?
We may find out.
Yeah.
Right now.
Where's
Oh,
the apex?
wowzy. Gosh and golly gee.
Yeah. You see this heavily mutated individual wielding some form of lantern, you suspect. You see his mouth open.
Hello.
Yeah, I roll wits to see if I'm hidden.
Sure, yes, you can roll for your stealth.
Another 14, same roll. God damn.
I had to go and check. I had to go and check the chat to see if it was updating it all for the stream. Yeah.
Insane.
Go to a casino right now.
Oh yeah, buy a lottery ticket, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you with the light coming from the lantern and with all of these trees in the way, it's easy to get behind one and be silhouetted by the deep shadow that appears when light is broadcasting onto an object.
All right, so I'm just like sticking to the shadow and spying this thing. Nobody knows where the apex is.
I
It's an
saw
empty bunk.
your campfire out here and became curious.
Pardon me, stranger, but I suppose good morning to you, but mind stating who you are?
It's the middle of the night.
Well, morning somewhere.
It's only been an hour.
I didn't know it was. I didn't know the time of day yet. I
Oh
didn't know
yeah,
it was
you
mid-pair.
you were hastily woken by Follows Chalk.
Okay.
We're at that. Good evening to you.
Good
yeah.
evening.
Well, evening. Yeah.
It's-
No, we're just having a rest around here. Ain't nothing big.
It's not often we get visitors bold enough to set up a campfire so close to our establishment.
I
Who's we?
take it you're from Vault 40 with Johan and everyone?
Yes. We are the Stilled.
The Stilled.
Yes. Johan. Wonderful. Beautiful Johan. Has brought together 7 groups from across the wasteland. He would love to meet you.
We've
But pardon
met.
my manners. I haven't even introduced myself.
He takes his large, shaking, mutated hand and, with some cracking of bone and sinew, manages to put it in front of his chest and bows.
My name is Berkeley.
Hey, Berkeley.
I love this Bloodborne stat allocation character that you've made. Well, it's good to meet
Berkeley. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
you. Well, it's good to meet you, Berkeley. My name's Alvin. Alvin Bronson. Yes.
And that must make you Louise.
Yeah.
Serendipity.
Pleasure. What did he say?
Yes, serendipity.
Oh.
Johann has been expecting you.
Yeah, we were kind of hoping for a chat with him. You know, chat about old times a little bit.
I'm sorry. I just love this because this is now like twice or three times where like these people have been haunting with the music, and you give the voice of like, I'm gonna be so fucking evil.
Word out of this fucker's mouth.
Dr. Hal comes in.
What do you mean?
No, it's not nothing. Like it's.
Looks back at Apex.
You
Oh,
don't know
sorry,
where I
he's-
am.
Yeah, I look back. He's like, oh shit, he's gone.
Strange. I thought there was supposed to be more of you.
They's just still sleeping. So this chat that Johann wants, we should come now or maybe in the morning after we all, get a little shut-eye still.
Oh, I see I've interrupted your sleep. Then by all means. Do not let me keep you any further, though we would be able to house you.
Appreciate the hospitality, but I do like to go. But I would like to go ahead and continue my rest here and go ahead and make my way on. If I might ask you a little inquiry,
Of course, inquire away.
Are you an envoy like how are you like an envoy like Mongo was back over in Collinsville?
You've met Mongo, then? Yes, absolutely. Although my form,
He gestures to himself.
is not conducive to frequent travel. I tend to stay around.
You just stay around and just make sure the woods are safe.
Make sure that we don't have anything untoward coming our way.
Well,
It would be unfortunate if our little slice of heaven we've carved for ourselves were to be compromised.
I understand that.
I think
I
that would end
appreciate-
very
I-
badly indeed.
I appreciate the olive branch that Johann's gonna stretch out, but I'm curious about something. Would you know something about the residents in your little slice of heaven over there?
Yes, absolutely.
Sure. I'll look over at Louise with like a reassuring nod. Like, it's okay. He doesn't look like he's gonna throw fireballs or anything at us.
That you know of.
Well, I don't know. I gave myself a magical bar. I don't know. I've been looking for somebody who might have been taken over to your little slice. Her name's Jet. Might have also been gone by the name of Jewel. Would you happen to know anyone like that? Big sword. Bomber
Jet.
jet.
Yes. I do happen to know her, one of the members of the clan ring.
Of the clan ring.
Yes, she's our war chief.
A war chief?
Yes.
How do you mean?
She's in charge of tactics, battlement, training soldiers, keeping us well defended and in a position to attack should the unfortunate need arise.
That does sound like her.
She seems quite at home,
She would be.
if a
She
little,
always did like structure.
if I may be frank, irritable.
She's also that. I have I have another question. And
Shall I come closer?
Here, let me take a step towards you. I will take a step towards him.
Like, is my Pit Boy, the radiation meter, going off at all?
No, it is not.
Oh, alright. God, the way you talk about it, I would expect to just be like...
Now, this question, I mean with no disrespect.
Yes.
Does Jet look like one of me? Or does Jet look like one of y'all?
You mean is Jet still human? Yes, she very much is.
Okay. I appreciate your candidness with this, and I apologize for any disrespect I might have thrown out with that.
It is quite all right. I understand. Humans are so attached to their forms.
Well, as we are, as we go, is how my mom always told me. Well, I want to reassure you, me and mine, we mean none of y'all no harm. I've been looking for Jet for a while. It looked like her trail led off over toward your little slice. I'd like to speak with her if that's okay.
Certainly.
If you work as an envoy, I would kindly ask, out of respect for Johann's mutual mercy toward us and ours, if I might be able to go ahead and speak with your war chief, Jet.
Of course. If you would like, you would have plenty of time to converse with the entire ring. Including, of course, Johann himself.
You say this ring. What do you mean by that? Is it kind of like a council of just people, like in a settlement? You know,
A council, precisely. Advisors to Johann in his day-to-day leadership.
Gee, that's awfully familiar. Who else might be in this ring, if you don't mind my inquiring?
I will tell you. As soon as I pull up my notes.
Oh, of course. Open your wiki tabs. It's okay. We got time. Look over at Louise.
Excuse me. Pulls out a Pip Boy.
I look over at Louise. Firefox.
Right?
Oh, God, that's a tough one.
Apex right now is just kind of hoping that this guy's scent doesn't attract the deathclaw.
Whoops.
Oh, right.
The animal husbandry is tended to by Cletus. He is a ghoul.
I see. Well, that ain't no trouble. That ain't no trouble with me. All right. So you have Cletus, you have Jet.
Our trade is handled by Abraham. He is a super mutant. Of course. I've already told you about Jet.
Of course. I'm sorry. What was Cletus? What was Cletus again?
In charge of animal rearing, animal husbandry. Takes care of the Brahmin and the others.
Ah, thank you for telling me in that voice. I love that voice, by the way.
Yeah, it's fun to do.
Oh, it very much is. My neighbor gets concerned when I do voice reels in that voice.
He sounds like a character in a Vincent Price movie.
That's exactly my pull for him.
It reminds me a little bit about that guy. They made a joke about it in The Simpsons. Just like, yes?
Yes. What are you talking about? I had a stroke.
I had a stroke.
I had a stroke. Our lawmaster is God. He is Nightkin.
that term supposed to mean something to us?
Theo's
Roll-
gonna get real itchy.
Roll smarts, except for Theo, who knows?
I will roll my smirk.
Okay, had to stop sometimes. But it's still a 7.
9? I think
Alvin,
you fight Night Kid in 76, so like, yeah, maybe.
Alvin and Apex, you've heard the term Nightkin used a few times. You know it's a type of mutant, but you don't know much else.
I probably heard it used in derogatory over a conversation with my uncle and somebody.
Probably, yeah.
Spooky ghost stories around the fire down at Greystone in Appalachia.
In charge of our science is Bark.
Oh.
Fuck.
Well, we won't have to go to the airport now. That's a good thing.
Well, that answers a few questions.
I want to let you know, Connor, in my notes, I wrote science Bach ghoul / wizard.
I cast unsmooth your skin.
No! No! I'm so dry and wrinkly.
And finally, our head gardener, Orchid. She's a super mutant.
There to be a guy for art whose name is Titanium White, who's just a nightkin.
With a big bushy fro.
Paint the tree!
Smashes the easel.
Ah! Angry accident!
Wait, there are no angry accidents, only happy accidents!
He's covered in gore from fighting 9 Yaogwai in a field of dead flowers. He's like, feeling peaceful.
Tranquil! I
you
believe that
very
is
much.
all. Yes.
Well, thank you very much for telling me about your council and whatnot.
Of course.
We'll get to resting up here. Like I said, me and mine mean no harm, and I'm trusting that for the non, the feeling is mutual. We'll be.
I hope I haven't given you any reason to think otherwise.
Oh, of course not. You were just curious. That's not nothing to be concerned about. I appreciate your concern regardless, Berkeley.
Of course. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Quick question.
Of course.
When we're going up to see your neck of the woods to talk to Johann, is there a way we should address or a place we should look for?
A place you should look for? I am not
Where
sure.
exactly should we head to? What would be the most
Oh,
polite way of approaching?
someone will come out to meet you. I will arrange for someone to bring you where you need to be. That is quite all right.
Dale will nod and look towards Alvin.
That works well for me.
If nothing else,
Appreciate it.
you might try the Grand Square.
Man, I'm hoping we come over there and he just turned it into a scrapjack version of Rome. Like,
Is there anything else? Or should I leave you to your sleep?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Theo, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. All right. I think I'll leave that us. I think that'll be us then. You have yourself a great rest of your evening, Berkeley.
You as well.
Of course.
This creature's sight lingers on you for an extra moment, Theo.
Theo's got his rifle in front of him, not like pointed, but kind of just like hanging kind of more at ease in front of him. But Theo's obviously very nervous.
Make a wits roll.
All right. A 10.
Having no real eyelids to speak of, it's quite easy to follow his gaze. He's looking directly at the iconography on your person of the Brotherhood of Steel.
Right. Makes sense.
Well then, good night.
Good evening.
Take care.
Night.
Large lumbering figure turns around and with heaving steps that you can hear stomps back off through the woods towards your eventual goal.
Lord, the bag, freaking Bloodborne. That's awesome, right, guys?
Apex tracks him.
You're gonna follow him?
Yep.
Okay.
I will. Would you like me to make an additional stealth roll to try?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm just
How-
tracking him down the road to make sure he's not going to meet up with another group. Maybe that he came out here with.
He appears to be alone. As you're
Okay,
as you're
he
sort
gets-
of yeah, you're shadowing
Towards
him.
the edge of the woods.
Yeah, he gets towards the edge of the woods, and it doesn't seem like he's with anybody. It seems like he came out here alone.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave the tree line.
And as such,
And
you
I'd
do not
return
need
to
to make
camp.
another roll.
So, yeah. So yeah, you guys have conversation. I'll probably rejoin at some point in there.
Thank goodness.
It may have been a mistake for me to come along. Fuck.
No, you're good at what you're doing.
No, it's not me. It's, I guess it's sort of me, but the Brotherhood and super mutants. He had a long look at my dog tags.
Theo, none
I
of this
guess-
situation is safe even if you weren't here. I don't think it matters.
No, I mean there might be more suspicion on you because of me.
Am I guessing super mutants and holotags like yourself don't get along?
Yeah, you could say that. A lot of them still hold resentment over, well, what happened to the master.
That makes sense. I never known any Brotherhood of Steel until, well, recently. I know they were smatterings around where I grew up in, but I don't know. They just seemed a lot more open.
Look,
But I just guessed everything with, just Apex's brother and Elder Savage and whatnot. Just maybe that tenseness might have been because of y'all seemed like you were on the back foot, so to speak.
well, that's certainly one way to put it, but regardless, Alvin, there's something strange going on here. Stranger than, at least I initially thought, stranger than it sounds. Super mutants, if I recall from my history, this could be bullshit and story, I don't know, but super mutants, just like most ghouls, they can't reproduce. So the Master's plan was to convert other humans, keep other humans as cattle, and make them breed, and then turn them into super mutants when they're ready.
Apex emerges from the
That-
tree line.
That's a statement.
That's where Bach comes in.
Yeah, about
He's-
game, we know this stuff, right? About the making a
He's-
thing that can make it.
I'm explaining.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He was working on a machine to bring back a ghouls' genetic capability of reproduction. Do you know anything about the Harbingers? Brotherhood intel?
Theo,
Overseer?
Brotherhood Intel would let you know that the Harbingers are considered a... To the Brotherhood of Steel, the Harbingers are considered a raider gang. You know that they are known to sometimes attack travelers, but it's infrequent. You also know that they've sort of carved a path from out of St. Louis all the way through it. They went from they tend to frequent airports.
Are you talking about the airport raiders?
Yes, they're all ghouls. They're led by one called Bach. He mentioned he was the head of science. He looks healthier than other ghouls, still has hair. His skin less torn and ravaged. Whatever he's been working on, it seems like it's been working.
I've always
Maybe
been
he can
curious on
make it
whether
work for super mutants as well.
Be a thing. From what I know, I've always wanted a definite answer on whether or not Bach was working alongside his brother.
But that doesn't change the fact that whatever he, and I point back down the road behind us, was, that isn't healthy.
I've never seen a being like Berkeley. I think the scariest thing I've seen personally, as far as this mutant stuff and whatnot, is probably that whatever the heck we fought down at the Fabulous Fox. You know, that thing?
The centaur.
God.
Yeah, that thing still gives me the heebies. I always figured,
Oh, this
at
just
least from
keeps
what I
getting
can
more interesting.
affirm, that mutants make other people look like mutants, never anything like that or the centaur. But getting back to this, I kind of agree with what you were saying, Theo. It seems like not only have they rolled out the red carpets, but they have basically torchlight leading up to it.
Fight you in on one hand, make you a super mutant on the other.
Jesus.
I'm being a green Adonis right now.
Yeah, I know we've said be careful about it a million times now, but I don't know how else to say it.
Hearing Jet making herself part of a war council. Well, being on a council.
Interesting though, your seems like your friend Jet didn't seem to be turned into a super mutant, at least according to who we just met.
It sounds
Well.
like he's built quite the society. They had
Darren.
resources that Jet wanted.
In
That
such
her
a
I
people
short
guarantee,
needed.
though, she's there of her own free will. She could have affected her somehow.
amount of time too. Yeah, I'm with Apex. The fact that he built all this up in such a short amount of time's kind of, well, on an industrial standpoint, if I was to look at that as a settler, I'd say that's goddamn impressive.
When y'all knew Johan before, right?
Yes, I did. We all
Yeah.
did.
Was he always like this form of wanting to make a society, that whole thing?
He was a dreamer.
He was.
He told me he dreamt of a big, beautiful place where everyone would live peacefully.
Well, let's hope that Johann still exists. So what? We think the plan should stay the same, or we change it up?
I mean,
Time now.
We go in through the front door.
yeah.
We're being expected, and if it's a society that's as large as it sounds, sneaking in would have no benefit.
Yeah. Especially when Jet and I had the same rule of if you see a super mutant, don't engage it. That's why I was scared as shit fighting at the Magic House. Hell, I got beaten half to goddamn death.
Man, that's
Just the weirdest thing too. Like, we always had these things and just...
The only way to find out is to ask her.
I know.
But
Yeah.
for now, we should get back to sleep.
I
We
think
need
so,
our
too.
heads fresh. And as Apex heads back to his little nest, he puts his hand on Follow's Chuck. Thank you for keeping your eyes out.
Yeah. Sure. That was...
You know,
something.
we don't expect you to go in with us if you don't wanna.
To be honest, I think my apprehension, based on his appearance, is being overshadowed by my curiosity. To have
Fair enough.
mutants and raiders all together in one place.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of like Greystone in a way.
Well, for now, he was traveling alone. I don't think we'll be bothered by others through the night. Not from their side.
No, I don't think so either.
Deathclaws on one end, mutants on the other.
And here we are.
Just a normal day being a runaway, fellas, Chuck.
You lot must be some kind of crazy.
I hope it's the fun crazy.
I'm not crazy. I'm the Apex.
That you are.
Well, with that being said, now that we've been invited, do you want us to all go in, or still have Louise and I stay back?
I think the original plan will stay best.
All
It's
right.
up to you. I trust him. But if you don't, then you can prepare your own backup plan.
And remember the contingency too, Theo. Over
I
on
will.
my side.
For the record, Apex is basically saying, do what you want.
Right, yeah.
And Alvin is saying, follow the original plan. But also, if you want to get squirrely with it, please grab that T-51 Bell Reverse.
Can you bring my mech around, please?
Yeah, exactly.
Break in case of mutants.
Manuel Jarvis, bring me my Iron Man suit.
Manual Jarvis. Analog Garvis.
Garvis!
Garvis.
Analog Garvey.
Hello, I'm Garvis. I'm made of wood.
Can you imagine that? Just a wooden fucking Mr. Handy. He's like, my life is incredibly dangerous.
It's like that wooden robot from Futurama who needs the water to keep living.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh, I think I may have a little bit of trouble with it, but we should probably get back to sleep.
Yeah, you're right.
I think so too. All right. I'll squirrel back into the back seat.
Me too. And yeah.
Theo's gonna take the same spot he was in and probably put his like rain poncho over as kind of a blanket, but fall asleep sitting up.
Louise assumes the cat ball pose on Alvin's chest. Just the cat ball, just there.
Biscuit, 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 biscuit. Ah, yeah.
Like
And
that
you
big-
sleep.
Yee.
You sleep through the night. Dawn eventually breaks as the light of the morning sun begins to shine through the old, broken, blackened branches of this burnt-out forest. Follows Chalk. As he said, we'll go over to you all and begin waking you up.
Oh. Thank you, Chuck.
Apex would go about doing his stretches and morning calisthenics.
I will.
Theo's gonna have a breakfast cigarette.
I will very softly put my hand on Louise's head and just shake her awake. Hey. Hey. There's no coffee, but we can hang out for a little bit if you want.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Sleep okay?
Thumbs up.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
She probably falls asleep again unless you wake her up, shake her, be like, no.
She falls
I-
asleep and
as
she
I-
falls. She's sleeping at the wheel. Alvin's just steering.
As I get up, I'll go ahead and just basically just grab your arm and just tug it. Come on, lady,
Ah,
come on.
fine.
And greet the morning with a song and a smile.
Sun doesn't deserve song too bright. Ugh, fuck, alright. Swear to God, if Vault 40's got fucking coffee in there, you bring it out to me before you get turned into a mutant.
Understandable. Green Adonis will bring you the coffee.
Are you thinking
yeah.
about turning?
Oh.
Apex says kind of legitimately as he's just like munching on a pack of Dandy Boy apples.
Oh no, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. No, I'm not thinking about it. Mm-mm.
Told him I'd kick his ass if he did.
And she's got a good left hook, all things considered. And have you seen the kind of gun she shoots? Pistol whip would be a hell of a thing.
Good. It doesn't
Just
look
holds
like
up
he's
a
figured
foot
out
and kind of wiggles it.
Good. It doesn't look like he's figured out the process yet. Not really.
No, I think it's I don't think there's a manual for that.
I mean, depends. Was Bentley a human before? Or was he already a ghoul before? Who knows?
I'll look over at Theo. You'd be the best one to know about that, wouldn't you? You and the
Truth, that was a question I didn't think to ask. I don't know. Hopefully Apex is right. Maybe they haven't figured it out yet. Fortunately, it's only one way to really find out.
I think so. As I will also go ahead and punch down some mole rat with some water.
What would you like me to do?
You can get
shit,
some
wait.
rest. You kept lookout.
Oh, so yeah, ain't you tired?
No. I get my energy in my own special way.
Wipes cocaine out from under his nose.
No. Follows Shack is from the Might and Magic universe. He shoves caffeine powder into his eyeballs. He's been doing it for 40 days.
No, he has the console commands. He spawned a bunch of skooma.
He's more moon sugar than man. Where is the Khajiit Dracula flow where he's like, I don't even know where the fuck I am anymore?
I'm the Dragonborn. I'm him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jock. If you're curious about Vault 40 and seeing it with your own eyes, you can go with me and Apex. If you'd like to hang back, you could probably hang back with Theo and Louise.
To be honest, I'm intrigued what might be past this tree line, so if you don't mind some extra company, I could go
Not
with
at
you
all.
both. Now, I don't know how fast you are, but I'm pretty good with my legs. If something happens, I can make a run for it.
All right, well, if it does go south, I'll be counting on you and your legs to go ahead and get a message to Louise and Theo then.
Sure.
All right,
And
sounds like
he actually
got it all
does. He like opens up like a what the fuck? He opens up like a tub of something like you ever had gamer subs? You know.
Yeah. I've
he-
had guacamole gamer fart.
He opens up like a metal tub. He unscrews the lid and pulls it off, and there's this sort of like off brown, sticky looking substance inside. He dips his pinky into it, and he like rubs it onto his gums.
Not that.
This is an herbal stimulant. I learned how to make it back at my home. It's been pretty good for whenever I need to shake off any fatigue. I tried coffee once. That was a bad idea.
Coffee's a very particular creature. I say as I nudge Louise in the shoulder.
I don't think it in my stomach were meant to be. Well, I'm ready to set off whenever.
Well, yep. I'll clap my hands on my legs. Yep. Good bite, good drink. That's all I need. How about you, Apex?
He looks ready to go. He's just finishing up some stretches after eating his dandy boys.
All right.
Alright, I guess let's get to this.
All right, let's cut to it.
Get in the car. Put the
And-
seatbelt on.
For me, what was the time you all wanted to meet back up? Your deadline, so to speak.
24 hours. If
24
they're not back in
hours.
24 hours. then...
By the evening or something, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh, evening?
I was
Okay, fair
saying-
enough.
I was saying sundown.
At this point, 24 hours makes sense, but I also don't want to like split the party for a whole fucking session.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
oh god, we're splitting the party.
I don't want to be like, hold on, we're going to go deal with plot relevant stuff. You guys sit back.
Just
Feels
sitting
like
out
feels
drinking
like kind
fucking
of a dick
7-Eleven
move.
coffee. Sitting and drinking 7-Eleven coffee in the car, be like, they're probably fine.
Yeah, we'll go get groceries.
Which is also why Apex is like he like with that messenger, the fact that they didn't have like backup waiting somewhere, and the fact that Johan basically knows they're coming, he believes that stealth is entirely pointless, and he's willing to trust the Johan that he knew. It's whether everybody else is willing to or not. That's all.
That makes sense.
We got the plan in play. We all know the score. All right. Yep, I'm raring to go.
All right. Alvin, Apex, and follows Chalk begin to set off. Theo and Louise staying behind for the moment. The group of the three of you are walking for probably be about 20 minutes or so.
However long it took me to get to the tree line, yeah.
Eventually, you begin to hear something ahead of you. Just the general sound of a buzz of activity closer you get to the tree line, the louder it becomes. Let's see here. That'll work. As you begin to approach through the tree line, you see these large pillars of smoke rising into the sky. And you see this before you even get to the tree line. As the morning sun begins to rise ever higher into the sky, the trees part eventually, and you can see stumps all around you. The tree line parts abruptly. It seems like some logging is being done here. And as you walk on this path out, you see now people just littered about. Some of them are working. There are those who are chatting, laughing, eating, doing all kinds of things. But mostly working. You see mostly workers, and they are humans. And Alvin, you begin to recognize some of them. As you walk through, you see dozens, probably close to maybe like 50 or so of these large tents, like yurts, if you know what those are.
Yeah.
Mongolian tents.
Just littered all throughout just this huge stretch of land, and behind this stretch of land you see a partially constructed wall that rises about 20 feet out of the ground, consisting of these logs that look very similar to the ones that you were surrounded by. And towering over that wall is another one of those mounds that you saw previously, but instead of being barren and flat on top, you see a large, elaborate hut. As you have entered. The Emerald Acropolis.
Map.
No map.
People begin to, as you don't really make any effort to try and hide yourselves, they all begin to look to each other. A small bit of chatter rises amongst them before one of them eventually runs off.
Apex follows that one with his eyes. I guess we're going that way.
That looks about. I recognize some of these people.
Yeah, you begin to look around, and as you've got this moment, just sort of standing and taking it all in, these are the White Razors in their entirety.
And what is it that they're working on? Are they logging or?
Yes, you see some of them either felling or processing logs, probably to go into the wall, or probably to construct some of these huts. You notice that some of them, a lot of the tents here look like they were like just fabric or tents that existed before the war.
Yeah, canvas.
But you do see like houses, actual houses made of these wood logs being erected.
Holy shit. How do they look physically? Like, do they look a lot better from how I was being described back at the botanical garden?
It's like You actually saw, like, these model mock-ups of, like, what the previous civilization that lived in Cahokia, used to live in, and these huts look very similar.
This is gorgeous.
Apex
Everyone
points.
looks good
sorry.
too. No, everyone looks good.
Yeah, you, without even needing to roll a wits roll, you look around and people are smiling. They look happy. They look good. You've seen people strung out on chems before, and these don't look like that.
They don't look like they're on stims or anything either. No battle stims or nothing. I think that's Screaming Joe over there.
He looks like Laughing Joe now.
He does. That's... What the hell? Yeah, no, this is definitely different from what I thought it was going to be, Apex.
Eventually,
Just whatever happens, keep reminding yourself what makes you you. Your memories, your experiences.
eventually,
Don't question
as
Hey, Apex.
as you're sort of waiting and standing and taking in the sights, do you see something?
I imagine we're walking towards the gate, towards the...
Yeah, and you're met halfway by a large green individual.
Oh, it's you again!
Yeah, running up
Son
to
of a
you, is Kirk.
Oh,
Is Pepper there?
You don't see her.
Where is Pepper?
oh, let me get her! Papa!
And you all feel the ground begin to shake. As rounding the corner, a large green Brahmin, two heads attached to these incredibly muscular necks. Pepper's gotten an upgrade.
We've moved on to the 5-pepper blend now.
I was
That
reaching
formation.
I was reaching into my bag for one of the carrots. I bought the pig, and now realizing it's way too small, I just kind of hold it up very flat palmed.
Pepper's now too big to carry around. Now she carries me!
She is a big girl. And I hold up the carrot.
Yes!
The super Brahmin begins to make its way over to you and sniffing the carrot. It acts much like a regular cow would, or a regular Brahmin.
Just kind of scoops it up with her tongue.
Yeah, the large green muscular orifice.
With my arm outstretched, I pat the side of its large muzzle.
Holy moly.
I'm here to see Johann.
Yes! I was told to come and get you. Where are...
And he looks down at Follow Shock, looks over at Theo.
Or, you mean Alvin?
Oh, right, yeah, looks down at Alvin. He looks at Follow Shock.
Theo appears.
Dave bursts into existence.
Ah!
How did I get here?
Okay, he's just crawling on the grass
Christ.
like, Jesus Christ, just crawls away.
Tilde Prague underscore despawn underscore Dave. Enter.
No, not again! Not again!
He looks down at Follow Shock.
Hell is hot.
where are the others?
They're hanging back, right? They're hanging back a little bit right now.
Oh,
I had to handle a couple things.
why?
We mean.
Oh, okay.
Johan's ability to get into our minds is fresh in their memory.
Ah,
We were sent in first.
you mean the stilling?
Sure.
That's the second part of. That's the second time I heard the stilling.
Perfectly harmless.
Not in my experience.
Well, suppose you'll just have to talk to the big guy yourself. Come!
And Kirk actually hops up onto Pepper and reaches a hand down to you, Apex.
I'll reach my hand up.
He grabs you and effortlessly just slings you up onto the back of Pepper. Reaches his hand.
I keep my hand out while he's pulling me up. Like maybe he pulls me and Alvin up at the same time. It's like a chain. And then follows Chuck.
Kirk, you must have heard about Jet. You know anywhere where she up at?
Jet would be at Green Seat. That's where all of the day-to-day business gets handled here. Oh, welcome to the Emerald Acropolis.
Well, thanks for having me. Thanks
Yeah.
for having us.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind seems much clearer.
Oh, yeah. The stilling helps. Oh, you should see it. You should see all the super mutants that can think clearly now.
Alvin will look kind of bewildered down at Apex. Like, are you hearing and seeing this?
Apex is just kind of looking around. You can see his eyes are very focused. Like something's constantly running through his head.
Like, God, this kind of looks like what Greystone could have been. With the white razors and everything. I need a minute. Holy moly. I'm sorry. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I can see why it'd be a bit much at first, but it's great. You should stay.
I'd like to talk to Jet first.
Oh, well, there'll be plenty of time for talking.
Eventually you approach what looks to be a makeshift gate consisting of these logs, and two armed super mutants push open the gate with their hands. Just looks like it would be a near impossible task for a human, but they do it with ease.
What are they armed with? Does it look like just melee weapons, or does it look like
They're armed with
firepower?
they're armed with hunting rifles.
Oh, dang! We got those level 3 super mutants out. Ow. All right.
You're led through these gates into a massive, absolutely massive stretch of flat land. There are intermingling ghouls, humans, super mutants, all either meeting up or making trade or cooking. They're just doing activities in this large open stretch of land that seems to be like sort of interspersed with these different dirt paths.
When you say they're cooking, are they like gore bags, or are they like actual like cooking?
You see like spits with rad roaches on them. It smells good. Like whatever's happening here, it smells terrific. It like what a human would eat. And eventually you make your way over to this towering mound, at the foot of which there appears to be just a large staircase that looks like it leads directly up. Kirk slides off of Pepper and holds his hands out for you to fall into his arms safely.
I will do so.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt Pepper, so I'll just kind of like drop down with it as well. Pepper's like a 15 to 20 foot drop at this point. I don't want to do that on my knees.
Oh yeah.
That's Brahmin in all caps, but Bolden also italicized.
I've jumped off the top turnbuckle to the outside of the ring before. It's not fun.
Oh, to be you, I've always wanted to do that.
It's not fun.
Just climb up those stairs. This is Green Seat, by the way. This is where Johann lives and where the ring gathers.
How long did it take you to construct all of this?
Oh, the mound existed before we got here. That was from when this place used to be called something else. Pinocchio? I don't quite get it yet.
It's a story about a doll.
Wow.
Hang on.
That sounds kind of like...
Nice.
There we go.
There. Thank you.
Someone's idiot savant perk just went off.
That's Apex.
Someone's idiot savant perk cracked off, screaming Jim in the back going, "That was me! Sorry!"
I nod to Kirk and I start heading up the stairs.
Thank you for your kindness, Kirk. I'll make my way up now, but it was good seeing you. And I'll hold my hand to shake his.
He grabs it enthusiastically, and he's like very gentle. Like he takes his thumb and his forefinger and he wraps them both around your hand and just sort of like shakes his wrist back and forth.
A pleasure.
Of course, Wow, thank you enough. I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon.
Right. I hope so.
I'll go ahead and just give a nod and make my way over to Apex. If Apex would look at Alvin, his face is a thing of just like, his face clearly says that this is not how I was expecting this to go, but from the engineering and just a settlement, like an honest to God settlement, like he looks like a mix of nostalgia and genuine bewilderment.
You begin to make your way up this large mound trail, up these steps. And as you make your way further up the stairs, you look all around and you've got a absolutely fantastic view of this entire place. You see a long snaking river cutting through the sort of northern portion. You see fields. You see fields of people planting things and tending to them. None that have borne fruit just yet, but
They're
still
trying.
you see people like using tills, working soil. And it's everyone too. It's not just humans or ghouls doing this. You also see super mutants that are helping out as well. All
Just trying to
these
find any patch that will grow like mute fruit and stuff.
right. You've seen this kind of stuff before. There are some patches where you can grow any kind of fruit. Tends to be irradiated, but it's something. But you begin to make your way up, and you see this large sort of flat, walled off, looks like a meeting place. No ceiling, it's all open air. Everyone's centered. It looks like a large fire pit right in the center, where it seems that several seats, like these cushions, are laid out. And past that, you see another set of stairs that leads up to what looks to be a large, elaborate-looking hut.
This seems to be where they hold meetings of sorts. Maybe ceremonies. Then up there.
Have there been like any guards or anything standing around, just like, you know,
Not really.
Around.
not they don't see the need for security this deep in.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Then I guess we continue up.
But I'm gonna follow you then.
How's Follows Chalk reacting to all of this?
He, like, eyes wide, just like big smile, his head is constantly like swiveling around, trying to take it all in.
Wow.
This is
Just
some kind of amazing.
yeah. Greystone was big, but nothing like this. Holy
You don't need to
moly.
brainwash someone if you can win hearts and minds on your own. Hopefully those have been the methods he's used.
I'm hoping. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping.
And Apex continues up to the longhouse at the top.
The three of you eventually reach the very top, the apex of this mound.
Not until I climb on the roof, it ain't.
Before you is an incredibly large hut. And there appears to be a wooden door on the front of this hut.
I walk up to it, and I, like, in an attempt to knock on something this large, just kind of punch it 3 times.
Come in.
You hear a booming, bassy voice from within.
I shove the door open like Aragorn in Two Towers.
I'll help you open the door. This door's probably very freak massive. Like I'm imagining it's like the Anor Londo door, if you know that one.
It's takes a little bit of effort, but eventually you push the doors open, and getting to his feet now, you see a very different looking Johann than you previously saw him.
I imagine he took off the truck.
He shrunk back down to his original size. You see, his arms are just littered in these, like, stretch marks. His eyes seem to have this bloodshot look to them. But he smiles and approaches you.
As I enter the hut, I remove my mask.
My friends. Welcome.
It's been a while.
It has. I regret how we parted.
As do I.
I
You've
agree.
built yourself quite a society. Your
He-
dream seems to be coming to fruition.
It is. It's everything I could have ever imagined.
What did it cost?
If you remain my friend, then nothing. Just a bit of convincing.
He walks past you both, gesturing with his hand for you to follow as he walks past the large double doors, which he just effortlessly pushes open with one hand.
This is Follows Chalk, by the way.
Yeah, hello. I've heard a few stories about you. You are Johann, yes? That I am. And you would be... I am Follows Chalk. And might I just say, this place is great. I'm glad you think so.
I turn to follow Johann.
And since you think so, allow me to bid you welcome. Welcome to my new civilization.
And he sort of just opens his hand, he stretches his arms and looks out reverently at everything he and the people on his side have built. And as the morning sun crests over the horizon, highlighting this beautiful new thing in the wasteland, that is where we're going to end the session for this week.
Oh boy.
And next week, we get to explore the Emerald Acropolis and all of the secrets therein. But for now, that is what we're going to call it.
Opa! Good session, Connor.
Whew!
Good session.
Ah. Well, with that, I hope everybody enjoyed this introduction to this new stretch of the story here. I hope I've done a good job at sowing some seeds here, but for now,
It's very intriguing.
for now, let's go around the horn and de-introduce ourselves, starting with my very good friend, Fringe Type.
Well, thank you, my very good friend Connor. Hey, I'm Fringe. You can go ahead and find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/FringeType. I am a writer and a voice actor, and I stream throughout the week. I stream horror games on Thursday with Sarah, right over there. We're going to be playing Elisa next Thursday. I'm also finishing up Claire Obscure. I play RPGs, and that game is gorgeous. It's probably one of the best RPGs I've played in like 10 years. Really good stuff. Also, I play retro games, like games that look like they came out of Windows 95. I'm not even joking around with you. I normally go ahead and tell dum-dum stories, and I just try my best to go ahead and entertain people. Been doing it for about quite a number of years now. If you want to go ahead and hear Pop tell dum-dum stories, just come on down to twitch.tv/FringeType, and you will have yourself a good rest of your time. Also, I'm queuing up a Donathon right now. After I finish Claire Obscure, I've been drafting up everything I want to do for it. We're going to go ahead and start off by playing Lords of the Fallen 2023 4 playthroughs of that game.
Oh god.
Each time getting harder as we get every achievement in that game. Every single one. And then, New Game Plus 3, I'm going to turn on Dante Must Die mode and turn on every single modifier that could possibly kill me. And I'm going to do it all with a crossbow, and that's going to be hilarious. In a world full of melee and wizards, one man says screw it and grabs an AK-47. So, tune into that on twitch.tv/FringeType.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
Up next, we've got Lanny Pator.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Lanny. Catch me all over the internet at Lanny. Here's twitch.tv/LannyPator. Been playing a bunch of Doom the Dark Ages. I'll definitely be playing some more of that tomorrow evening if you want to jump in and rip and tear with me. We can rip and tear. It's a good time. You're allowed. I'm allowed. We're consenting adults here. We can rip and tear all we want. Other than that, if you're not all role-played out or RPG'd out over here, go ahead and check out youtube.com/TalesUnwritten. A couple weeks ago, had Quinn in town. We recorded a shit ton of Dungeons & Dragons. I have never played more Dungeons & Dragons in my life in a consecutive order. Tales Unwritten's book 2, 3, and 4 are coming quite soon, too, very soon on youtube.com/TalesUnwritten show. As I believe the premiere is going to be Wednesday, what are you? Wednesday, June 4th? Yeah. Wednesday, June 4th will be the premiere. I'll be doing that on Twitch, YouTube, and then it'll be live on there. So check it out. Catch up on book 1. And yeah, hope you're all having a good evening. Oh, and if you're in Rhode Island, I'll be at Rhode Island Anime Con on the 7th of June.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, come by and say hi for that.
Awesome stuff.
I guess
I'm
I
a
can
big
start
fan.
announcing that.
So I'm excited to see more.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's me.
Here, up next we've got Sarah. Where can they find you? What are you up to?
I'm on Blue Sky and YouTube at Sarah with an H and with an E, Willia. I got nothing. Just stuff. See you next week. Ah! Oh, and yeah, Animazement this weekend in North Carolina. If you're there, come say hi.
Yeah.
I love North Carolina. They have wonderful hiking trails.
I don't know, I just work.
And up next we've got Xanalis Grimm.
Yo, that's me. Hey, do you like tabletop role-playing games? Well, I'm in a lot of them. Starting with tomorrow, twitch.tv/Burnout Bond, 2 p.m. PST. We're doing some more spooky horror in Those Who Wander over there. Monday, twitch.tv/AnalystGrim, 7 p.m. PST. I run a D&D game with a few Unexpectables cast and friends. So that is there. Tuesday, twitch.tv/Distortion Devil at 1 p.m. We got some more Back in the Eve of Ruin. Thursday, twitch.tv/Monty Glue, 7 p.m. PST, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I'm not sure when the Fridays are going to be starting, but there's another show starting on Fridays that I'm in. It's on Connor's channel, and then back here on Saturday. And that's me.
Heck yeah. And I suppose that just leaves me. And they can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, Blue Sky, at Distortion Devil, Instagram at Connor McKinley VA, which I don't use, so.
But you can find me there.
But you can find me there. I think I made one post.
You can find the things that were.
Oh no! We lost Lonnie.
Oh,
Lanny
shit.
has to go let his dog out, so he said he's.
Oh yeah, okay.
Fair enough. Very fair.
Good night. Actually, I might run to the bathroom just real quick. BRB.
Fair enough. But yes, I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturday, Sunday. Basically every day except Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow I will be playing some more Fallout, as a matter of fact.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow I'll play some Fallout. Scratch, grounder, boot up DOSBox. Right away, Retroness.
I'm playing Fallout 76.
Yeah, and the adventures of Cletus Clute going through the wasteland there.
Cletus Clute. I love
Cletus Clute. But yes, that's about it for me. Oh, also check out Devils and Dice Rolls, youtube.com/Devils and Dice Rolls, and patreon.com/Devils and Dice Rolls if you feel like dropping by and supporting and maybe getting some unique subscriber benefits.
Ho ho ho.
Ho ho ho. Yeah. Aside from that, though, this episode of Gateway was brought to you in part by Die Hard Dice.
Die Hard Dice.
That's right.
Got the whole
It didn't
I know, I
get
spoke
cut out that
very-
time.
I spoke very tersely and professionally into my microphone. That's why.
I'm so proud of you.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Big thumb up.
I like to beat my microphone sometimes it owes me money, but not now.
Probably why I was backwards for a year.
Okay, Bosco discovered that, and he was like, and I was like, oh, I didn't know there was a direction on this. The sigh he gave me is timeless.
Yes.
I went, how do I sound now? And I'll never forget it. Bosco went, you sound fine, Matt. You sound fine. I was like,
That sounds
"Great,
like a
thank
Bosco thing to say.
you." No, after which he was like, so it works well. I'm like, yeah. And he went, I'm gonna go.
Incredible stuff. But yes, Die Hard Dice. It's your one-stop shop for dice and dice accessories. And if you head on over to dieharddice.com, you can use the code Unexpectables to save 10%, while flipping some of that money back to us, so we can keep making this show for you. As well, check out our merch store. We've got all sorts of fantastic designs out there, and more to come. And finally, we couldn't do this week in, week in, without bits and subs from viewers like you. I can't ask Bosco where we left off, so I'll just have to remember, I guess. Yep. The 7, thank you for the 1,000 bits. I started playing New Vegas and I learned the greatest stealth weapon is dynamite. Correct.
Yes. Yes, goddamn yes. Nobody expects stealth dynamite.
Easy Pete had the right of it all along. Solar Misfit, thank you for the 245 bits. I meant psychic, not physics, but now I'm imagining Apex going, hey, Follows Chalk, look what I can do, and slaps a rad roach so hard it cooks. Did Mythbusters do that?
I think they did. I think Mythbusters were the one that did that.
They slapped a raw chicken so hard that it cooked.
I guess you could do that if you have an afternoon and nothing better to do.
The chicken was pulverized, but it was edible.
It's the most tenderized meat I've ever had.
I'm assuming the chicken was dead.
Yes.
I would fucking hope so.
No, it was alive. It was shrieking.
Well,
and
now
when
it
the
is.
man came, it went, no! And it exploded. Then it died. It died of it
Just turns into like a whole roast chicken with like the little caps on its bones and everything.
Oh, yeah, like Looney Tunes.
Chicken? I feel so bad.
I don't. That's funny.
Just a baby.
Mr. Snacks, thank you for the 46 months. Stubbin. Therapod Art, thank you for the raid to the party of 17. I'll have to ask him how Dead Space was. A Fell Tale, thank you for the 8 months of subbing. And Monty Squishy Sponge, thank you for the 43 months.
Of course.
I'll catch the rest of this in the VOD. Fair enough. Well, chat, that's going to be it for us this evening. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you come back next week, because there is a lot that needs to be discovered in the Emerald Acropolis. But for now, we'll leave that for the next episode of Gateway.
Hell yeah.
Let's see who we should raid. Why you need a campfire? Just slap a radfish? You know what? Octopimp is currently playing Fallout 4, so let's go ahead and raid Octopimp.
Hell
How
yeah.
auspicious.
We love Octo. They're a good
How
team.
fortuitous!
They are.
Neat.
What should our raid message be?
Welcome to the Emerald Acropolis.
Slap cooked chicken.
Slap cooked chicken.
Remember when Fringe used to grief you in TF2?
Oh, we got 69 raiders. We gotta go now. Bye, everybody!
Go! Goodbye! Goodbye! Goodbye!
No, that's not true.